Do we have a go? Thunderbirds are a go. Fox said.
Thunderbirds are slow.
Yeah. Pause it
Pause
at
it at
1.
one.
I
Too late.
don't
It's
know if I
gone.
can do that, Surf. I haven't tried that trick. Yes, I'm muted in YouTube, so there's no feedback there. And everything else seems to be okay. And good morning, Peanuts. Afternoon. Evening. We got the usual
Dependent on your time
suspects,
zone.
Surf and Renee and me, Carl, Dora. Usual suspects out there. Oh, Colin's out there too. Yeah, the 16 people watching, well, that'll be us 5 plus half a
10
dozen out
others, yeah.
there, so that's about at least 10. So there's about 6 unaccounted for. um, the antique. I keep saying antique. Ancient technologies might be a little bit vague tonight, so we're not going to try to get too much into it. I'm going to reduce the amount of days I stream. It's starting to take it out of me, these late night streams here for my time. I might reduce it just to our Wednesday and our Saturday. The in-between ones, well, if I can do one, it'll be the spur of the moment, depending on if Alan can whip one up to this channel. For me, I've still got, it's the 10th today, my time,
Yeah,
and I've got till
yeah,
the
still the 10th.
20th. I've still got till the 20th of next month, so still got a little bit
Blimey,
to
that
go.
seems to
So,
be taking
so
a
I've
long
still got a
time.
bit to go yet for me. Get back on my channel streaming. Unusual Peanuts. There's a person's face on Gravity Guru's avatar, so if you think you know who it is, don't just put a guess out in the Peanut Gallery, and I might get Pip
Tag
to
me and I'll read it. Yeah,
yeah,
tag me and I'll read it.
I was going to get Pip to keep an eye on the chat as much as she can if there's any questions or queries or complaints or whatever.
Okay. Don't worry at me.
If I miss anything in the Peanut,
Yep.
we'll have Gravity Guru's Derp. Well, I call it Media Derp, if that's
Yeah,
a title we could call that, Media Derp.
I've got funny
Peter's
road signs today.
okay.
Ah,
Oh, they're good. They're good. Farmer, I've got no idea what your job is, so we'll work one out for you eventually. Um, Peter,
as in real life, I haven't got one.
Peter, the secretary, gave me a derp video we can watch to start with, and then we might after that we might discuss a little bit on ancient technologies, just to see maybe do a little bit of a recap where we've been, what we've done, what we're up to,
That might
so
be
to
handy
speak.
because I can't remember what we've done.
Yeah. Okay. Um, Pip may have a quiz of some sort, but
Yep.
I'm not sure.
Well, yesterday I said I had 1,000 questions. I double checked. It's 10,000. So we've got
Bloody hell.
plenty.
Shit.
I'm glad we stopped when we did then.
Yeah.
Christ. Would have
Oh,
been here
we've
all
got
week.
Star Wars Episode 1. There you go.
Okay. And I
Oh, I
haven't
think I might have
checked,
to ban.
and I haven't checked for Shield videos, but we won't play a half a dozen of them tonight. We might just try to find a couple of them, and see if what we can find. Okay then. I'm just waiting on. Alan won't be here yet. I don't think. I'm not sure what said he was doing, but he'll be back eventually. Peter, I don't know where he is at the moment. He just said be right back, so he might be on the
I
beach
think he was
somewhere
on a
else.
phone call.
On the phone.
Okay. Could wait for Peter and I could always just double check. I'm not subscribed to a lot of Flat Earth channels, but I'll have a look in the notifications and see what I've been recommended.
Subscribe to more than I am.
Lately. We got Bob the Science Guy,
Got my
Oh,
notepad out ready.
Rock-a-Lot. Anyone know who this Rock-a-Lot person is?
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
Geek Room. Modern Day Debate. Is morality objective, subjective? CC and Randall Rouser versus somebody. I don't know who they are. I've got Dashcam owners one. Might have to give them a bit of an email and ask them, is it okay if I use their vids? McToon, I challenge you to a debate. Someone else. That was it.
Oh, he was supposed to have a debate this morning our time, and I think it was one of these 5G nutters, and he didn't show up. And then there was somebody else, and he didn't show up either. And I've watched some of it this morning. He had Sarcastic Barman and Brainy Beaver on there, just sort of chewing the fat.
Okay, I've got more of Miss Curiosity show uploads, which we're going to have to get back into on my channel. I have got permission, written permission I emailed for Curiosity show stuff, and for that math guy, Adam somebody. What's his name? I think his name on the tip of my head now. He's a math guy anyway. I've got permission for him as well to play his stuff. What else we got? Scrolling. Team Skeptic, Flat Earther Debate, Science Satire. Will the Flat Earther show up? So I don't think he did, going by what I checked on that one.
No, I've not looked at that one yet.
Tommy Griswold, is he a flurfer or a globie?
No, he's a Globie.
He's most definitely a Globe.
Grenvald.
He's got the scientific method, do we really need it?
Well,
And Andrea's boyfriend video, massive black hole explosion lit up the skies of ancient Earth.
Bacon Earth brought out a good one last night on critical thinking.
Okay.
Apparently he had a really good narrator too.
She was awful good.
And I'm off the blessed phone now, Terry.
Okay then. You sure?
Yeah, I've just turned it off.
That helps.
I can't pull the battery out. I can't pull the battery out, but I turn the bloody thing off in the middle of the call.
Ali B's live, Flat Earth. I've got no idea what crap he'd be spilling.
Well, all you know is it'll be crap.
Yeah.
Because that's what Ali B does.
Creaky uploaded mud flood evidence, buildings. Scrolling.
Oh yes, I've seen that one. There's surprisingly little evidence of mud floods.
Oh, you're kidding. I was looking forward to that.
Sorry. Spoiler alert.
Critical cripple. Oh, who's that? That's not the first one. R1. Sleep Mario uploaded Dr. Vernon Coleman. Are they deliberately trying to destroy the economy and put millions out of work? So I've got no idea. Watch that one. Main Truth. See what that is. Got scrolling. Simon Dan. All these other notifications for other things that we don't watch on our channel, so I'm not going to read all them ones out I have. South City Alpha. Oh, haven't watched South City Alpha's video for a while. Depends on what category he's got.
Yeah, I don't think we watch enough of his.
Going back a day. Scroll down. B-Ball for Life uploaded. Why rockets don't go straight up. That was a day ago.
Oh yes, that's short, sweet, and to the point.
B-Ball hasn't been in Alan's chat, but I'm sure he's been in my chat.
Yeah, B-Ball's been here.
What in
Colin says, don't.
No, well, on your stream, Terry.
What?
Sorry,
what?
Right.
You're trying to talk,
Colin
Pip?
says, from the chat,
Am I trying to talk over to you, Pip, or something while you're trying to talk?
Doing my job. You gave me this job. You don't want Sloppy. It's not his work. It's a radio show on a COVID denier. So don't play Sleeping Warrior.
Okay, Carl. Another Anton.
Haven't seen any Anton for
Monday
ages.
night debate, warning incoming dumpster fire. Fight the flat earth, that was a day ago. Okay then. No, we haven't watched AB Sciences for a while. It depends on what topic is. Some more here. Still going back a day. No, I think we're. Nothing. Okay. Alright, back to that. Okay, we do have a video here for your viewing pleasure. Oh, this guy. Not that guy. This guy. We sure we hadn't seen this one with him smoking a stogie with the hat on?
Oh,
Yeah.
I
So
don't
we've
know.
already watched that one.
It only came out on June the 9th. So did you watch it yesterday?
Yeah, we've already watched this one.
You watched it yesterday?
Yeah, this one. Look,
Who's the different one? Maybe just that.
I'll share it to you guys so you can see it. He's wearing the hat and he's got a stogie.
No,
Remember he
it's
had.
a-
Remember
That's
he
a
had
different
that
one.
black.
That's just
Remember he had that black
Yeah.
thing running around with him. Was he wearing the same?
Ter-
He was
Terry.
wearing different clothes
Terry.
that time.
Terry, fast forward to 25 seconds and have a look at what's on the stump. Are you sure it's the same one?
I think that's just his
Oh,
character.
that
He's
one he
going to
did
be
with
that
a
guy.
sling. He done one with a slingshot,
That-
didn't he?
Yeah, and he did a slingshot, and he did out of the mortar tube with the two that you watched last
But
time.
he's wearing the
This one
same
only came
clothes.
out-
Yeah, okay.
That's
okay.
correct.
Yeah.
So this is his Russian character. Oh, I mean, this is his
Yeah,
Russian cousin.
yeah. Well, you didn't even have to say the word. Yeah. I was being very vague.
Press play.
Okay.
Dobro utro, drugi drugi. Today we have a guest on the Metremark YouTube channel. And the guest here is behind me now. I will reveal. You see, he's a globalist. Come to try to convince me that the flat earth is a globe. Such ridiculousness. Such ridiculous. This is what he say. And he? What you say? He say he's pansexual. He's not a he, he's pansexual. Now, this brings me to wish to talk about how nonsensical the globalist is. For my eyes, my life experience of 51 years, nearly 52 years, I have noticed that there is two genders. There is the man and there is the woman. And I have gone to university, and there in the biology class they say that the conception is the moment of choice of gender. The chromosome is XX female, XY male. Yet he has informed me that there is a multitude of different genders. And how does he base this? Well, it's not from biological science, and it is not from the observation, for there is male and there is female, in human, in dog, in cat, in all of these creatures. So where does he get this Pandora's box of sexualities, of gender. Well, we will humor this guest, as they are guest, chained to the yonder stone of justice. And now we shall question their... Is it a globe or is it flat? Now this fellow says there is very simple experiment which prove the globe Earth. And he wishes me to perform it on my YouTube channel to prove the Earth is globe. And we have discussed, me and the pansexual globalist, how this will work. So we will show you now. Is a billy can. Yes, billy can, half full of water. Can you see there is, if I drip some out, it's got half full of water. And he said that if I spin it around and around, the water shall stay in the billy can and not fall out. Yes, this is your globalist experiment. This proves there is a globe, you say. Gravity and a globe. Okay. Here we go. He says, see, the water did not fall out, proving we are living on a big round spinning globe, circling the sun at some ridiculous speed, spinning and spinning. Does this prove it? This experiment I have seen used many times by the globalist to prove gravity. But what does it prove? We are spinning something around. The water is not falling out of it when it is upside down. It's because the force of the spin is pushing the water to the outer reaches of it, which is always the bottom of this, even when it is upside down. For it is being pushed out, yet it does not spill when yes, he says, see the globe. Well, what does this really prove? I say it proves the opposite. Opposite. For if is the earth a bucket, half full of water, spinning around? No, it is in his ridiculous thinking, it is a round ball with water on the outside. Yes? So let us do this. A round ball. A globe, if you wish. And we will soak it in the water. And now we shall spin it. What happened? What happened to that water on the globe? Did it stay there because of gravity? Because of the spinning nature of the ball? No, it flew off. It flew off. So if the Earth is yes, pansexual globalist, if the Earth is a round sphere, a ball, with water on the outside, and it is spinning at a ridiculous speed, what is going to happen to the water is going to fly off. Gravity. He says no, gravity will hold it. Gravity. Gravity. Well, let us examine this gravity. It is because the big thing attracts the small thing, yes? Yes. The big round ball he suggests we live on makes things fall towards it because of mutual attraction. Because the ball is so big and this stick is so small, when I let go of the stick, it is attracted to the ground. That's what he's saying. So let's look at what Isaac Newton say about this. Isaac Newton, in his book on the theory of gravity, it had a great criticism of gravity. He says that this is incomplete, that there is so many anomaly, one should not take this theory seriously. We can use this cigar. You look closely, I will tap off the ash. it fell down. Why? This globalist will tell you that it fell down. The pansexual globalist, I'll put my finger at him when I get there, he say that the ash is light, the earth is heavy, and so the ash is attracted through mutual attraction. The large mass pulls the small mass to it. Now let us look at this cigar once again. Can you see off it is coming smoke? Which direction is this smoke traveling? Is there gravity, the mass of the earth, pulling it down? It is not. It's going up. And Isaac Newton said that this is one of the anomalies. That means one cannot seriously believe the theory of gravity is the reason why things fall. We can see the ash
Jesus.
fall, but we can see the smoke rise.
This guy's not related to Bandy, I hope.
The wind is blowing it in the
I
diagonal
think
direction
it's
to
Ross's
get up.
second cousin twice
And still there,
removed.
the smoke goes straight up. An anomaly. An anomaly. Anomaly. Yes, an anomaly. An anomaly to the theory of gravity. And if something is a scientific theory, it cannot have an anomaly. Another great anomaly. What causes the tide, you globalist? Yes, he say it is. You cannot hear this microphone on my telephone. It only picks up the close things, not the further away. And I needed the space for the bucket experiment, thus proving that the Earth was round. No, thus proving that the Earth is not round. This gravity does not work the way globalists say so. And now he has suggested that the moon controls the tide. Well, Isaac Newton said this is the biggest load of dog turd in the whole theory of gravity. For if the moon moves the tides in the oceans, why for not does it not give a tide? Why did I double negative? If it's the gravity that's moving the oceans, why does the gravity of the moon not affect the lakes? Lake Baikal has no tide. No lake on the flat earth has a tide. Even if you pretend it's a globe, there is still no tide on the lake, thus proving that the gravity of the moon is not moving the tides. There is something else, and Isaac Newton could not divine what this was that caused the tide and the moon to be in sync. But it was definitely not the moon causing the tide.
You know, he's half right there.
Had you thought of that, you silly globers?
Lakes on a flat Earth don't have tides.
You do not need to think of these things, you just must believe. You are told by your teacher. Who is your teacher? A teacher is someone that has been in school, then gone to university, and then become a teacher. They have no real life experience. They are a parrot. Blah, 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 repeating the thing that got them the good marks in the university exam. They don't go out and prove these things themselves. They just parrot it. Proving education. The educators are the absolute worst people to be educating. Is proof. Now, there are many other experiments that have been tried to prove the theory of gravity, their heliocentric nature. Have you heard of the Michelson-Morley experiment, huh?
Oh, here we go.
The Michelson-Morley experiment. It was thought that either space is a vacuum or there is a thing called ether. And this Michelson and this Morley, they calculated through the theory of gravity and heliocentricity how fast and how far the Earth moves as it spins through around the sun and rotates. And so they got a beam of light and they split it. One went direct to a photographic paper and the other went through a series of mirrors into the photographic paper, both to land in exactly the same spot. And they say, with the speed the Earth is moving, one spot will be here, the other will be here. Can you see the How will I do this? One is here, the Earth moves a bit, the other's here. Right? And they said, through their calculations according to gravity and heliocentricity and all of this stuff, they would know if it had moved just a tiny bit or a little bit more. Just these little fractions. And one proved there is vacuum of space, one proved there's ether. And what happens? Well, the beam of light hits here, and then the one going through all the mirrors hits exactly the same spot. So, they have ascertained there is no movement of Earth. It is stationary. And then there is the Bedford Lock experiment, where is the long stretch of water, man-made lock. And it is so long that it curves over the globe. So they say. And they get a theodolite, the laser beam, and they put it at 1 foot above the water, and at the other end of the lock it should be something like 6 foot because of the curve. But it is 1 foot at one end, 1 foot at the other. Doesn't matter which end you start at, it is dead flat, proving there is no curve. And so now we have used this pansexual globus, and we have interviewed him, and we have done his experiment that he say prove. You spin this bucket of water. I have seen that Bill Nye, the science guy, who is not actually a science guy, he's just an actor, do this experiment and say, see, proves gravity. Gravity proves, then the Earth is a ball, then there is a ball spinning around the sun, and, it goes on, and but you see, it fails always at the first step. And now, I have done, yes, the deal was, I would participate in his globalist experiment, and now he shall participate in my flat Earth experiment. So we will change the scenery. We shall take him from his chains, the filthy pansexual globalist, XXXY. What are the other ones, huh? Yeah, LGBTQZPI, blah, blah, blah. What a load of fetid dingo kidneys it is all. So we must go to the scientific apparatus over yonder.
Gotta be careful he doesn't set his moustache on
quite
fire.
soon. And we will, with the apparatus,
Nice that you got a hitchhiker's quote in there.
this is a trebuchet. We fling this fellow, hello Goosey, fling this fellow high into the sky.
Did I say a duck?
And then he may see.
I think you
With
did.
his own 2 eyes. How many eyes do you have? There are 2 genders. How many eyes? Well, he says he has 2 eyes. We cannot deny it. A 1, a 2. And so now we are at the scientific apparatus. I'll place you here. And we shall place him in this ring. And presently we shall fling him into the sky, and he may look down and see that the earth is in fact flat. Is he in the... It's hard to see on this screen. There it is. We are ready. 1, 2, 3. So then we will scrape him off the ground later and question him. Or do we say him? Well,
Scrape him off the ground.
wishes to be pansexual.
Who else hasn't got one of them in
He's
the
as
backyard?
nonsensical as a
Don't you
globe.
have one, Pip?
Do Vidania.
No, I'm waiting for it being delivered from Amazon.
Oh,
He launched,
Oh,
he
dear.
launched that poor Teddy just to find out. Yeah.
Oh, I see me avatar.
We'll have to get the report back from the teddy bear now.
So just a little bit of an interesting news break in between this and the next bit, Terry. Can you remember watching Simon Dan the other day, and he was talking about seek truth, speak truth?
Mhm.
So Simon Dan did a bit of a call out because Ranty got upset that Simon Dan gave seek truth, speak truth a bit of a call out and got him, was it a few hundred subs extra in compared to normal. So then Simon Dan backed it up and doubled down and said, wouldn't it be horrible if a whole heap of my subs went to sub? So anyway, they did. Seek truth, speak truth is now up to 10.7k subs, so he's doubled Ranty's number. Poor Ranty.
I watched last night and it was at 6,000, so that's brilliant.
Yeah, he's at 10.7
thousand.
Yeah, done.
Ranty's on 5,007, I think it was last time I looked.
Yeah, something along those lines. So he's pretty close to doubled Ranty's bloody numbers, which is so awesome. So now Ranty's got a little channel.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it did make me chuckle.
Yeah, I couldn't let that little bit of news go past without making sure that everyone in the side chat who hasn't subbed to Seek Trees, Speak Trees might want to shoot over there, and I'll drop the link in the side chat just in case you haven't subbed, because it's going to upset Ranty.
I'll even do one
for
better.
no other reason.
You put the link out there, and I'll show it live. His channel.
Yeah. So his link's coming now. Well, you'll probably get it before I say it. So go and give him a tick in the box, just so that poor Randy can have more tears.
And of course, Seek Truth, Speak Truth is the guy who actually listened to what Conspiracy Cats told him.
Yeah.
Which is why he's now no longer a flat earther.
There you go. Speak truth.
Yeah.
Seek truth, speak truth.
No, Blue. Ranty doesn't have a proper channel at all.
10.7k subs.
Yeah. And that happened in less than 24 hours.
Yep. It was literally 6.4 or something. I watched it. Big thank you last night.
Yeah, I think from memory, when he was on Cats, he had about 400 subs. And then when he finished with Cats, he went up to 600 subs. So obviously that was majority of.
I was one of them. Yep.
Yeah, majority of just the people that watched out, and then his channel's just growing exponentially ever since.
Do I needed to be sub to him?
Oh, I think you should, Terry. Just every little bit to make
Yeah,
Ranty cry.
You don't need to put the notifications or anything unless you want.
Don't.
Yeah, just sub.
There you go. There's a subscribe, but no bell.
I mean, like Simon Dan said, Ranty was slagging him off because he's like, oh, he's got hardly any subscribers at all. Who does he think he is? But like Simon Dan said, well, everybody at some point started out like that. Yeah, everybody. And everybody's got a right to have their voice heard. You can't just sit there and go, well, who do you think you are? You've only got 500 subscribers, etc., etc. Well, I mean, yeah. Everybody who's got content on their YouTube has started out at that. I mean, there was another chap. I'm trying to think who he's called now that I subscribe to. He did a big shout out the other day because he suddenly leapt to 50 subscribers. He debunked a JM Truth. Can't think of his bloody name now. Where is he? Why don't they put the subscriber list in alphabetical order?
I know. It wasn't Irish Demon, was it?
No. I've been Irish Demon. I've been subscribed in for a little while.
I want to write a letter to YouTube and ask them, can they put our subscribers on the side bit there in alphabetical order?
Well, even if they put a button there on your tab so that you could either choose in the size or alphabetical order or when you subscribe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, something like that.
Something.
Yeah.
Put it in some sort of logical order somehow, somewhere.
It was red something.
It was, and I'm trying to. How far down? The problem is, I'd subscribed to quite a
Did
few
you watch
channels.
any of his videos? Go to your library. He'll be in there. Zebulon says, I couldn't sub to a flat
Prime-
card if you paid.
Prime Red.
I agree. Prime Red.
Oh,
I've
he's
got
now
no
got
cho- I've got no
136
choice then.
subscribers. 2 days ago, he put out it was a 6-second thing to say, "Woohoo! I've got 50 subscribers! Yay!" He's now got 136.
Yeah, well, he's definitely not a flatty anymore. So, but
For me.
look, each to their own. But you know, you've got to be at least open to the concept of someone showing you something that provably shows that the evidence that you're trying to use isn't quite accurate or whatever.
Hmm.
You know, you must be open to the concept of, well, you might be wrong.
See, I do like how Colon has got his finger on several thousand pulses all at the same time.
I don't know how he does it.
I don't know how he does it.
Subbed. I have subbed. Click the bell.
I swear to God, that man must live on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
More
Any
so
more
than the
dip?
rest of us.
Is Terry going to make a coffee?
No,
Surf
I'm
said he
here.
was
No,
on.
I'm here.
He
I'm
was-
here. I'm here.
Surf said he was on with Fight the Flat Earth and Team earlier.
That's correct. He was today.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Don't want that.
Oh, what was that?
No, we don't want that. Seeing if anyone posted anything in just nothing worth looking at.
Sounded
Okay.
like the music that Terry's going to dance to later on.
That sort of music? Yeah, right at my age.
Bit of unsuns.
Just looking through my YouTube history to see if I've spotted anything recently, but
I think he's like.
I've got to wade through all the stuff that you won't want to watch. Unless you want to watch a full weapon system demonstration of the B61-12.
No, thank you.
No.
Whoever you were talking about before, Surf said they were on Fight the Flat Earth and Team earlier.
Oh,
Hmm.
there's an echo
Yeah, they
in
were.
there.
Tau Ceti Alpha put out a bonus,
Mm-hmm.
which is basically that clip of Oakley going off it, Jose.
Really?
Well, that would be interesting to watch.
If you want to listen to Oakley screeching and shouting, yeah.
I think we may have watched it the original time.
I think we
I
might
think
have
if
done.
you watched it,
Is-
Jose's thing,
Yeah.
you can't hear what's going on by Fitz Oakley.
Yeah, is that the Jose's view or is it the Oakley's view of the whole situation?
Mm-hmm.
It's Jose just showing. or
That's
letting
Jose.
you hear what
I haven't
happens.
seen it there.
Okay.
Queens of the Stone Age, Wolf Mother, Foo Fighters. Oh, I must have gone on one of those rabbit hole music video trips on YouTube.
I love it when that happens.
We have a request from Blue in the side chat. He wants to watch Jennifer Aniston naked.
Well, don't we all?
So you're on the wrong platform. You need to go to.
Well, we
yeah,
could watch
you need
it
to
in,
go to the other.
we could watch it in here privately, but the YouTube wouldn't be able to see it.
Yeah. You have to go to the other tube, the red one. They might have it.
And Surf says, what about some car talk? No.
We were talking about cars over in the Discord, Surf, before. You missed it.
Oh,
Got to go to
That's all.
Discord, Surf, if you want to hear about car talk. Hint, Discord. Link available, maybe. So you'd like to get
Could we
that?
watch that?
What's the name of that guy again? We just watched with the Russian coat thing. What was his name?
Oh,
What to do?
Mark. Mark someone or other.
I was going to bookmark him the other day and forgot.
Matri Mark.
That's
Oh,
it, Matey Mark.
Matri Mark, yeah.
Nah, he's funny.
I'd send
You need
him
to give him an invite to your Discord, Terry, and get him in here.
Yeah, that's what I was
Even
thinking. If we
Ozzie.
can get hold of this Matri Mark, we'd be right. Go to his channel and see if he's got any contact details. Yeah. What do we got? Oh yeah, business inquiries via email.
Has anyone in the Peanut Gallery found out who Gravity Guru's avatar is yet?
Yes, Surf did earlier.
Okay. Missed it.
Oh yes, I saw the clue about that. Yeah.
Okay, he's got a pretty easy Gmail account, so I'll send him an email. Not right now.
I think
but
he doesn't live too far away from you either. I don't think
I
too.
thought he lived in Tasmania.
Well, that's a possibility. I thought he lived
That's
in
a
New
bit
South
further
Wales,
away from
but-
me than what it is you.
Oh, well, true.
Ah, right. Okay, I got the clue then. I ignored it.
Okay. Do we do quiz first or do we do media dirt first?
Oh, do media dirt first. That's what we usually do, isn't it?
Or did we
Usually
have
do media dirt before we do quiz, don't we? Or do you do something
I
else?
think that's the way we normally do it.
Yeah, we do the media first. Yeah, unless we've got any other dirt that we wanted to squeeze out.
No,
Video.
no.
Video. No. Okay. That was our video dirt. Well, this keeps it on schedule. We've been going for an hour, so that's an hour for that. Now we do.
Well, you said you didn't want to go all night.
All right.
Okay.
You can obviously see that sign.
Yes,
Good
we
luck.
can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, which way do I
You
go?
want to know which way. You want to know which way you were going to go, yeah.
I don't know.
Bloody hell.
I think SatNav would probably just start smoking if you put the directions in.
And I reckon if you're going to take that intersection at 45 miles an hour, you're a bit ambitious.
I want to go that way.
unless you're going straight ahead. Yeah.
Oh, that old chestnut.
Sign not in use. Yeah. Obviously. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
so the bumps could range in size, could they?
Yeah, they could.
Oh, what was that?
Oh, that was a little bump. Oh, that must have been only that size.
Yeah.
Okay, slow the.
Yeah.
oh dear.
Yeah. Garbage only, no trash.
Okay, no trash.
What about rubbish?
Yeah, I didn't say no rubbish. It just says no garbage or no trash. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen some of them jumping. I don't think they need wings.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
God.
Oh, dear.
There are some very good foreign road signs, I must admit.
Yeah, there are. Rough road, fasten bra straps, remove dentures.
It sounds like something else is about to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shew Cemetery Drive, dead end. If the door does not open, do not enter. Stop.
Stop, turn
That's
the
the
engine off, get out of car. You're going nowhere.
The only option. Road closed, so you're excused from work today.
Ah, that's a good one.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. Speed limit, whatever. Anti-crash force fields now in effect.
Have fun.
Additional parking this way. One way. Cox, please drive carefully through the village.
That's appropriate.
Yes, very appropriate.
Slow, geezer crossing.
Now, is he a geezer or is he a slow geezer?
Dicklick Springs.
They generally do.
Yeah. Beware of smartphone zombies.
Very appropriate.
Keep right.
Oops.
Wonder what this sign's saying.
Really
that
good
must be-
car wash.
That's the new car park.
Yeah.
Oh, they put that sign up after that woman from last episode.
Yeah.
The one that drove down the boat.
The one that drove into the bay.
I thought it was a road or something there.
Yeah. Stop. No stopping any time.
Okay.
School bus stop ahead. No shooting.
Oh, dear.
Oh, that's a bit low.
Correctional facility area. Do not pick up hitchhikers.
Oh, that's
Especially in orange jumpsuits.
Yeah. Caution. Falling cows.
so, and the question I've always asked or heard asked the very first time that I saw this sign, how many cows fell before they actually made a sign for it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's straight out of Dog Soldiers.
Yeah, but was it the same cow?
Yeah. Welcome to purgatory. Heaven, 3 up there. Hell, 666 down. Entrance only. Do not enter. You cannot pass.
Fly, you fools.
Reproduction area. Do not disturb kangaroos.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Moose crossing.
Oh, dear. No.
Anyway, that
Yeah,
should
but
be
the
donkeys
thing
according to the
with
Grand
that-
Tour.
But the thing with that sign is there's no cross between the sign at the top.
That's a sheep anyway in the other one.
Yeah.
It must be a Welsh sign.
Yeah, so it's okay for the bull, but not for the sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can catch a bull.
It's Lord Rively.
One too many sherbets before making that sign, I think.
Yeah. Soccer not allowed. Soccer may only be played in the archery range.
You just watch out for the arrows.
Yeah. Makes it more sporting for the
Yes,
archers.
it does.
Yeah.
Live targets.
And this country's got it figured out how to completely prevent accidents. Accidents
Yes.
are prohibited on this road.
Right, okay.
Fixed.
Okay, that's fixed. They should have
Not
that
allowed to
sign.
have accidents here.
They should have that sign.
They should put those
everywhere.
signs up everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have
Speed
your car
bumps ahead.
confiscated.
Speed bumps ahead when children are present.
Yeah,
God.
exactly.
Slow children, 1,000 points each.
1,000.
Hey.
That's gone up.
Death Race 2000.
Used to be 10 points for
Yeah.
kids and 100 points for elderly.
Left lane ends. Go ahead. Pull your huge SUV in at the last minute. Everybody is okay with it.
Yeah. Caution. Okay.
Oh dear.
Endo.
Well, that's how the speeding bicyclists try to get speed up. They laying on the seat like that.
Is that Riley's holiday house or?
It must be.
Is that a big black one?
The sign should be purple.
Yeah. Invincible moose, next 5 kilometres.
They're invisible. Invincible? Yeah, invincible.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, your car's a wreck, but the moose will walk away.
And the last one.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this one's CGI.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of them were.
Hey.
Right,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, Flora, you got this.
Yeah, the speed.
That would
movie,
have to be after the earthquakes in New Zealand, I'd say.
Yep.
No, that
Yeah.
speed movie, we could jump over an off ramp. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that's it for today.
Ah, good one.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Wonderful.
Hey,
Thanks, Gravity.
I've got to watch out for
You're
those
welcome.
children's speed humps.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trick is, Terry, they keep moving.
That's true. That's true. Ah, dear.
Moving targets, they're the worst.
Oh dear.
Nobody in the peanut galleries got anything? No.
No.
I see nothing. What could possibly go wrong?
Nah, nothing.
The other right.
Oh, keep
Yeah,
right
your
top,
other
dear.
right, Brainery. In speed, the freaking bus jumped without an incline. Yeah, I know.
So the front of it lifted up for no reason, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
And
weird,
it
wasn't it?
really, it literally leapt across the gap.
I mean, at least when in a car chase and you see cars roll over, you can see why they rolled over, because there's this dirty, great big mortar underneath, pushing out
Yeah.
half a telegraph pole, and you can see all the compressed air coming out of the mortar as they roll. Or when cars blow up and you think, hang on a minute, that car hasn't got an engine in it. Where
Yeah.
did that go?
Yeah, where'd the
Oh,
engine
look
go?
at that roll cage. It's just
So-
lazy
so-
filmmaking.
No, so the simple answer is that bus was actually a transformer,
Ah.
and they just neglected to tell you earlier. That's all.
However, if you watch any film by Christopher Nolan, the chances are you're not watching CGI. You're not watching the special effect. You're actually watching an articulated lorry or a bus getting flipped over, because he tends to do that. He likes practical effects.
So what's
He does
for
them
what-
very
for-
well.
For the way movies are going, I've been noticing this lately because I've been watching some movies. Like to do sometimes.
Mhm.
And with the special effects, you watch it as the 2000s progressed. The amount of CGI when they started putting that into movies, and you can see how the low quality of it was back then. How you
Yep.
could tell it was actually straight away. You could see it was CGI, compared to the newer versions of some movies with CGI, which is getting pretty good in some ways, where it is hard to tell the difference straight off. But then you look that into comparison to the early days of filming, when they were doing the special effects without the CGI. They were just using models and other other things to make a special effect in its infancy. And then as time went on, it got a little bit better and better. But you could still see it was a special effect in a basic sense. So will CGI end up like that, where we will still know it's CGI, or will it get to that point where it'll just be always, like the movies were back in the day. You could tell
I
that they
think
used
it
models
depends.
and stuff.
I think it depends what you're trying to do with CGI. A lot of films now, there's an awful lot of CGI, and you just won't notice it at all because most of the effort has gone into the background. You know, the buildings and the scenery where these guys are is completely artificial. But because it's buildings and background and scenery, you can't tell it's artificial. And there's an awful lot of that goes on. And then what they're actually starting to do now is, whereas before you just had some actors in front of a green screen and some green screen or green covered objects, they're now actually doing more real physical stuff for the actors to interact with because it makes it more realistic. I think they went completely over the top on CGI and basically had nothing but 2 or 3 actors in an empty green studio, and that was it. And they were interacting with things that weren't there and people that weren't there, and you could tell it just looked fake. And I think they've realised that now, and it's more. Oh, there was something done recently, and all the actors came on stage, and they said, "Hang on, there's actually stuff here. There's things for us to interact with, and to move around and to work with, and it makes it more realistic. If you make everything CGI, it looks false. You can tell that the actors are talking to nobody or a green thing on the end of a stick."
Yeah, like I'm thinking back to even the original days of the back screen, where the actors were sitting in a car or something, and all you had was the background behind them,
and they're just soaring at the steering wheel, and the steering wheel doesn't, and the road being back projected behind them is twisting about all over the place, and like the road goes one way and they turn the steering wheel the other way, and
and you got a couple of the grips on 2x4s underneath the suspension, just bouncing the car up and down. And
that was back in the black and white sort of more or less days. And then when they progressed to the more modern versions, a modern colouring of it, they started to add the little bit of shading and shadowing that started to reflect across the car as it was pretending to move along. And then you might get a side view out the window of this, viewing it to the left or right, just to make it look more like they were actually in the car. But you could still tell that they weren't in the car. Out in the open, though. Now, anyway, I think it might be time for drum roll.
Hang on, I'll just kick mine down the stairs. What?
Come on.
We might have some questions of some sort.
Yes.
Oh.
Quiz.
Oh, let's get my notepad ready.
Okay.
Notepad ready. Google ready.
Just hang on while I close down all my Google tabs.
It's an easy quiz. They're not hard.
Hang on, let me just squeeze that down there. Right, there we go. Yeah, right, okay.
Okay.
So what do I go to Google first? I mean, what's the first question?
Make sure I'm in the right bloody chat as well.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm in the right chat. My cursor's where it should be.
Wait, I'll go to that.
Yeah, same here.
Yes, stick your cursor in the right spot. It's always handy.
There. Okay.
Now, Surf did the drum roll.
What is consumption also known as?
I've heard of that before. No, you haven't got time to peeve, Surf. Okay, I'll go with the consensus. Not sure.
Yeah.
Can I just put the initials like you did?
Yeah.
I actually worked on renovating a hospital that's not too far away from Allen, that was built at the end of the 19th century, I believe, and it was entirely timber construction, and it was for people suffering from this. And if there was a particularly bad outbreak of it, the idea was you cleared everybody out of the hospital and put a match to it.
Oh, good thinking.
I'm sure it was for that. And that's why the whole thing was timber built, because it would burn better.
Okay, so we have correct answers in both. Gabtagiro and Dora tuberculosis.
I don't know if Alan showed me it. He showed me a couple of modern-looking hospitals near him.
Yeah, this was a bit further up the road from him, I think, but in the sort of same neck of the woods.
Oh, okay. He showed me the one Rosie was born at, I think.
Yeah, no, what this one
Or
was,
something like
what the hell was it called? Munsley? I think it was Munsley Hospital. It's a
Sounds
few miles up the
familiar.
road, but it's in the same general vicinity.
Okay.
Sir said the answer is drinking. No, consumption is also used
Yeah,
today.
consumption. Yeah, you consume something. Yeah.
Okay, next question. Which American state is nicknamed the Diamond State?
Pass.
Diamond steak.
I'm trying to think of a clue.
I think of what reference it would have with diamonds.
Can't really think of.
There's 52 of them to pick from.
There's a song, but I can't think of the tune. Nope, not Arkansas.
Arkansas.
No, that's
Nope.
how it's spelled.
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Not Colorado.
Jamaica.
Jamaica's not.
No, she went of her own accord.
No one in here. No one in here gonna try to guess.
I ain't got a clue.
Neither have I. We need a clue.
I cheated, so I can't answer. I had no clue at all. I had to cheat.
Well, give us your cheat.
There we go.
Answer then.
All the answers in the chat. There's a clue.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
We've got a few to pick
It was
from.
Delaware.
Why is it called the Diamond State?
I don't know.
Do you want to find
First
out?
one to Google and find out gets a point.
Why is it the Diamond State? The Diamond State. Thomas Jefferson gave the nickname to Delaware, according to legend, because he described Delaware as the jewel amongst the states due to its strategic location on the eastern seaboard.
I didn't think.
And I was trying to think what.
I didn't even think it was a state. Wow.
Okay, next question. What are the Sirocco, Mistral, and Chinook?
So what's a winner?
The Sirocco, Mistral, and Chinook.
One's a car, one's a helicopter, one's a plane. I think.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
No, that was a film.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, one isn't a plane. It just sounds very similar to one.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay,
Dora and Gravtiguro, they are winds.
Okay, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yep.
Who wrote about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
I should know that one.
Was it him?
Yep.
Yeah.
Was it him?
Was it him?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was him.
Also did the Great Glass Elevator.
Mm-hmm.
Danny, the champion of the world. Read
The author.
that when I was a kid.
Yeah, the author's got a name.
The BFG.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, Colin got it. And grabbed it. No, Farmer's Boy. Roald Dahl. Okay. Esther Danilo.
Oh, shit, it's the phone.
Oh, now I've got a chance to get the question in before him. Quick, ask it.
Quick.
Esther Danilovich became famous as whom? Esther Danilovich.
Jeez.
Became
Get it out of
famous
me.
as who?
Sorry, what was the question again?
Esther Danilovich. Oh, God. I'm away from the question. Esther Danilovich became famous as whom? In other words, it's a film star, I'll put it that way.
The one that played that woman that drowned or could swim in one of the Titanic movies or Poseidon Adventure.
A man.
Oh, it's a man, is it? Oh, shit.
I think he's not long passed away. Well, maybe about a year or something. He was very old. Okay, clue. Spartacus.
Ah, him.
Um,
Oh,
No.
it's supposed to. I'm trying to.
I
I'm
need
trying to
both
get his
names.
last name.
Annoying when you get his
Paul?
phone
No.
call.
Spell his last name.
Don't you
That's
love
his
those
last.
phone calls when you
That's his
answer it and
last
there's
name. And
nothing
I'm
there?
trying to think. Which one was he? It was one of those. One of them.
Yeah. Dora's got it. It's Kirk Douglas.
Oh yeah, Kirk.
Yeah.
You can have half a point, Terry.
Yeah, no, I was going to write Kirk, and I'm thinking, which one is he? Not Michael.
To Brits, this might be quite appropriate just now. Who sailed in the Golden Hind?
Oh, good grief.
Phone again?
No, well, I answered the phone and there was a garbled bit of noise and then nothing. So I've just checked what the number is. And it comes up as UK government shielding. For fuck's sake. Yes, I know I'm in the high risk category. Sod off.
We don't get those kind of things.
Oh.
Don't bother us.
I've had them phone me up 3 times. I've had my local doctor phone me up. I've had the local council phone me up to tell me that I'm a high risk category. I know. Stop telling me.
Should they clearly?
Hey, farmers, have you been told lately?
I think somebody just tried to, but
If you're in Britain, I'm quite sure it's been on the news and everything today, his name.
Use your phone number, farmer. I'll ring you up and tell you again.
oh,
Nobody's answering. Come on.
I don't know.
They're trying to get his statues taken down. Idiots.
that one then. It's one or the other.
No, you're right. The
Oh, I
first
was right. I thought so.
Yeah. Him and Nelson, they want the statues.
Well, actually, that second name I've put up, they all want to take his statues down as well, because if you actually read up on him, he was an evil shit.
Yeah.
He was a nasty piece of work.
There's colon
Yeah,
in the
colon's correct. And Farmer's Boy, Francis Drake, apparently was not politically correct or
Yeah,
something.
we've
Yes,
got
Columbus too. If you actually read up on what Columbus was like, he should in no way, shape, or form be celebrated whatsoever. He was a
Wasn't
horrible,
he somebody
horrible
that
shit.
sailed over in Western Australian coast? Something, Peter?
chat. You're asking me history questions now, Terry.
Yeah.
Francis
Jeez.
Drake,
Yes, yeah, Francis Drake. Yeah,
Elizabethan times.
he sailed over to Western Australia's coast.
Brought potatoes back. Right, next. What was the name of the plantation in Gone with the Wind?
Didn't think they had names.
Oh yeah, famous.
Woohoo!
Not what
Yeah.
did they grow in the plantation?
Yeah,
That's what it's called.
yeah. I'll go with that, Peter.
Yeah, it's its name.
Yeah. It's not as if they were picking pineapples.
No, they weren't picking pineapples.
Sorry, Carl, catch up.
Carl said you started without me. Sorry, Carl. Yeah, that's what I said, Glaby.
Come on, it's like everybody should know that.
Remember him?
Why?
I've never seen the
never watched
movie,
it.
so I don't
No,
know.
I never have.
But you probably heard about it.
Well, I might well have done, but it doesn't mean I can remember
What
it.
is the name of the plantation?
It-
Well,
the only bit-
I can remember that was.
From
I can remember it was in
Chesterfield.
Georgia.
All I
I
can
can remember it was in
is that
Georgia.
there was some bloke that said something to the woman at the end, like, frankly, something I don't give a damn.
I don't give a damn. Yes, Professor Phil got it. It's Tara.
Oh, that'd be
No,
right,
never
Phil.
heard of it.
I wouldn't have known that.
No.
Right, we're not answering that because that's American Super Bowl. Who in the hell cares?
I still reckon cotton's the right answer.
Okay. Which group believes in the great architect of the universe? Yes, Phil, you were correct.
Not the Great Green Arkle Sieger.
Did they? Okay, I didn't
Yeah.
know they did that. I'll go with you, Farmer.
It's a guess.
I know, but with the word architect.
It's
Sort of
correct.
But I bet him.
Well, you put where did they go? But yeah, okay, we'll take it.
It's the organisation, not where they go.
That is the organisation.
The answer is the Freemasons. Peter, you can have it.
Oh, jeez.
Peter, that's
couldn't
not
be a
fair.
Mason.
Peter gets it for that, and I only get half for Douglas.
No, you couldn't be a Mason, Farmers.
I couldn't be a Mason if I wanted to,
You need to believe in the great architect of the universe.
because I'm
Well,
an atheist.
you just believe in a more, a supreme being.
But I don't.
Okay, next question before we get into that. Chemically kind of question.
Chemically.
Processed galena produces which metal?
Galena.
Galena.
Process
Galena.
Never heard of it.
No, I wouldn't think it'd be that. I thought it'd be more like something like
No, I don't know. Never heard of it.
Neither have I.
I thought it'd be more like something like that. Or is that an actual?
No.
Is that an element on its own?
No.
Well,
There we go. Two correct answers, Paul and Professor Film. It's lead.
I knew I should have went with them.
I was honest. I was thinking gallium, but
Who wrote Gulliver's Travels?
Oh!
Oh, him.
Well, I've seen you the first time.
Not
No, it's gone. It's gone.
Okay, a clue is second name is a bird.
Oh, it's not him.
Oh, Alan Partridge.
Sure, I got it. It's Jonathan Swift.
I see it's Swift. I just couldn't remember. I can't remember everything.
That's the name of a car.
Is it?
What, Suzuki Swift?
Yeah.
Generally driven very slowly by old people.
Did I have one? I think I had one.
with a bowl's hat on the back.
That's it.
I didn't know this. Okay. What is a ha-ha?
The hee-hee.
H-A-H-A.
Hee-hee?
A ha-ha.
Opposite to a hee-hee.
Ha-ha. No. Nope.
You're getting more precise now, Farmer, by elaborating, are you?
I don't know. I'm just going with the answer. I've got.
Okay.
I suppose it could be in a ditch.
Well, I thought that was the whole point of them.
Is that a clue, is it?
No, not really.
Oh.
That's generally.
It could
what they
be. No, I can't say.
Is it like half a laugh?
Oh,
no, sorry. Just a little bit of a twitter rather than a full giggle.
What's a better way of describing it then? Okay. Can't spell. Hang on, let me just correct my awful spelling.
Be alright if to know if it's an animal, vegetable, or a mineral.
yeah, you're getting there, kind of. I'll take it because it's near enough. You know what you mean. Nothing coming in from the peanuts. So the answer is
Phil did.
Wrong. Well, a ha-ha is a sunken fence. So it could have been in a...
What you generally do, and I've got some examples local to me at Stowe School, is if you want if you've got a lovely uninterrupted landscape view and you want to stop the animals getting into your lovely contoured landscaped garden, you dig a ditch and then you put a wall in it.
Yeah.
And it stops the cattle getting in and out.
Yeah.
And you can't see it.
I get you now, but you can usually see them at the end of like cattle guard.
Yes, you tend to get them at big stately homes and places like that where you've got a gorgeous view, and what you can't see in the middle of that gorgeous view is they've dug a trench or a ditch, and there's a wall in there or something like that, and it stops.
Exactly what you mean now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. There we are. We learned something. In Japan, what is a seppuku? Or what is seppuku? Yeah.
Not very pleasant, to say the least. Pardon me.
Me too.
And it's usually done with a special one, isn't it? A special
Yes,
implement.
I will take that. It's ritual suicide, harikari.
There is you basically you stab your shortened sword in your guts, making a cut from left to right, and you basically cause the maximum amount of pain before your number two then chops your head off.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Biology, I think now. Human biology. Okay.
Cock.
I'll just take the last name if MD knows it, but I don't know if MD will, because I didn't. Who discovered blood circulation?
Oh, we were only just talking about this the other day. We were. I know. We're talking about it with the medical tool stuff and everything, and we're reading the stuff about it. And nah, I'm not going to think. I remember talking about it, but now I don't know who it was.
I'll give you a clue. It's also the name of a big invisible rabbit.
Oh, yeah. Is that it?
No, that's a cat. That's a cat.
Oh.
Rabbit, invisible rabbit. That was a film. That was an old
Oh dear.
An old film with.
Oh. No, don't spell it like that. How about that?
Yay!
Harvey.
Yeah, Zebulon and Farmer's Boy. Harvey.
I knew
Harvey the
His
Rabbit.
real name is William Harvey.
I knew we should have.
Now,
took
who
more
was in
notice.
that bloody film? That was
Yeah, the Christmas thing as well.
We should have took more notice when we were reading that stuff out the other day about all this.
It's my fault, Terry. We skimmed over that bit.
What's a Christmas film?
Well,
I
we're
remember
talking
who
about
was in it. Place.
It's on every Christmas.
Yeah, not Donnie Darko. That's the wrong rabbit.
Stuart.
Okay.
There's a mouse.
James Stewart, yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, James Stewart. Yeah.
Oh, I missed that question. I would have got that.
Roger Rabbit.
I missed that. Sorry.
Who was...
What was it? His wife said, "I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way."
Yeah.
That's right.
James Stewart, that's him. What's a bloody Christmas film though? Oh, Wonderful Life. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Life, yeah.
Who was the son of Zeus and Maya? God's messenger.
Oh,
Nope. I think Mercury's Roman.
Probably the wrong pantheon.
Mm-hmm.
Messenger.
Also,
Oh.
I'll get a good clue, but really, we don't be the Brits who would get it.
Surf didn't hear the question.
Oh, beg your pudding. Who was the son of Zeus and Maya, the god's messenger? You heard it well enough. Yay! Hermes.
HMS.
I was going to say a British courier delivery. What
No,
else?
HMS Hermes, one of the 2 aircraft carriers that went
Okay.
down to the Falklands, I believe.
What links Calabria, Liguria, Puglia, and Veneto?
Their shoddy spelling.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Can you say
Terrible.
that? Can you say them now in English?
Okay. What links Calabria, Liguria, Puglia, and Veneto?
I don't know.
Yes. Yes, Dora. Italy.
They sound Italian.
They are, I can find the question again, regions of Italy.
Oh, well, there you go.
I only knew that from the first one. but-
Another geography one, but very easy one. And I want the correct spellings, so think about it.
Okay.
Which city in Rajasthan has riding breeches named after it? Morning, Keela.
Is that spelt right?
Yes.
I couldn't spell it right.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Double check. Yep.
It looks right, but it is one of those words where you think, I don't know.
Yeah, second guess yourself, don't you?
Yeah.
Fred, wrong spelling. Stu, right spelling. No, Stu, wrong spelling. I'm taking spelling because it's far too easy a question.
It's those middle 3 letters that could really be anywhere you like.
Couldn't help it that there. Miro, you're lagging. All good here, Keela. How are you?
Morning, Keela.
What's Death saying? Oh, this is only for the panel. No, it's for you peanuts.
That's why we try and wait, and that's why we're typing all of our answers in our internal chat, so you don't hear us going, "Oh, is it this?"
Fred and Stu, you're right, but your spelling's wrong. I need the spelling.
I think somebody might still be lagging a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Miro, refresh. Okay, I'm not waiting any longer. The correct answer was Jodhpur, and Paul got it first in here. Jodhpur. What martial arts name means gentle way?
Christ knows.
Nope.
No, I don't know.
Well, karate is empty fist or something, isn't it? So it's not that. I just went and did the actions for karate there, and nobody can see me. That's daft.
I don't know. Don't know bugger all about
Right,
martial arts.
Dora. Got it right. It's judo.
Oh. There you go.
Okay. Kimberlite contains what precious item? Necky thump.
Oh, good grief. I've got dyslexic fingers.
Mhm.
I think that's to do with the region it's found.
Yeah, and the name of the mines and things. Yes, Carl, well done. If you hadn't got that, you should be taken out and shot. Paul first with diamond. And
Oh,
Carl,
forever.
who directed The Shining?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Because I thought, oh, The Shining. I know who wrote it. No, hang on a minute. Who directed it? Oh, yeah.
Oh, Kayla says it's Worming Day today. Lovely.
Nothing worse.
Quite
Yeah, no,
bizarrely, one of the opening scenes from The Shining was used originally as the end scene to Blade Runner.
Oh.
Don't know why, but it was.
Yeah, First Death, Stanley Kubrick, and Farmer's Boy in here. Well done. No, done that one, done that one. Okay. Renee Lalique designed what material? Didn't design. Oh, hang on. I'll read that. I read that wrong. I know what I meant. Renee Lalique, Art Nouveau designer, worked on what material?
No, you're way out of my areas of expertise now.
Very pretty, very hard to find these days. Not
It's all right.
lacquer, not silicone, not latex, not rayon. It's usually kind of opaque and bluish. Cheesecloth, it's leaking. No, not mother of
No,
pearl.
I'm just stabbing in the dark.
Mira has no idea what's happening. That's because you're lagging.
Chainmail.
Lalique.
Tinfoil.
Tinfoil, yeah, I'll pay that one. Tinfoil.
Silk.
No. That name is so
What's
familiar. Yeah.
TP,
She
farmer?
does lovely little.
Toilet paper.
Oh,
TP.
toilet paper.
She does like little
TP.
birds and wrens.
TP from my bunghole.
Conhale. You got it.
Not leather, not spandex. It's
Settle down,
hard,
Beavers.
opaque, and usually pale blue. What have you
Opaque.
worked on it?
Usually a pale.
Iridescent. But it's usually clear. The actual stuff.
And it's hard to find nowadays.
His
But Terry, is that black? Is that red? Is that purple?
I don't
I've been
know.
watching that program.
all colours.
Is it
your
bolder?
windows are made of it.
What?
Your windows are made of it. Well done, Carl.
Oh, glass.
Glass.
Is glass hard to find?
His work hard to find. No.
Look, there's some right here. Look. I'll tap
I
on
see
the
that.
window.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
scratching my head, going, what's something that's hard to find nowadays that people do art with?
His work's hard to find. The stuff isn't. Okay, what animal lives in a dray? I've lost my vape. Panic.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's in my pocket. Yeah.
But quiet. It's a secret.
Okay. No, that's a brain. That's the noise it makes.
Oh,
I'd love to see one of them in the dray. Bloody hell.
I've got to change battery.
Pass me that shotgun. I'm having a pop at this one.
All right, Terry. Terry's got the beeping in his head again.
Oh.
The red-crested flare.
Sloth.
Okay, clue. They're usually red or grey.
And secret.
What is that?
That's a
what mouse?
mouse.
Yeah, there isn't one for that.
No.
I just looked. I started typing it in, and it's like, no, it's not. It's not that.
What did I miss?
once you get to something like the fifth letter, it's like, yeah, that ain't it.
There it is.
Yes,
Yay.
pal. Slightly obnoxious squirrel.
No, it's a secret squirrel.
And
There's
farmers
the
in here.
There's a pheasant plucker.
No, pheasants don't live in drays.
Okay, next question. Why is Louise Brown famous?
She's not, because I don't know her.
Oh, I really need to change that. That's better.
Let me think. It was 1980 something. Oh, 1978. Wow.
I had to change that first word because it actually said fist. I
Oh,
thought, no, I better change that.
That could be taken so wrong, couldn't it?
Exactly. That's why I had to make sure it was spelt right.
Yep, Fred Bailey and Farmer's Boys was the first test tube baby. $1978. Wow.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay. The title of whose book translates as My Struggle?
good grief. I've got Dick's fingers again. They're dyslexic.
Me too. I've got a 6 in the middle of mine.
I've got the middle two letters the wrong way around, and it's just like, no.
I just left it.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, Carl,
who-
that's the book.
No,
That's the
colon.
book.
Colon first and Paul first. Yep, Adolf Hitler.
Yes, not Adolf Hilter.
Hit Sixler.
Hit Sixler is pretty cool.
Right, geography.
And Frank. Oh no, that's just not on.
Oh, no. In which country would you find the Negev Desert? Yep.
Yeah, I knew it was around there somewhere.
Adolf Schnickelgruber.
Schickelgruber, I think, was his mother's maiden name.
Oh.
Yes.
Colin says, I had judged for diamond and glass, but couldn't answer feeding granddaughter. Oh.
Feeding Fran daughter. Oh, he's got the same sort of spelling as us then.
Not yet. No, nobody's got it. I don't know why I'm talking.
Nobody's got it yet?
Panel has. Negev.
No, she wasn't.
Let's not go down that road.
No.
No, okay, nobody in the Peanuts has got it. Oh, yes, last minute. Dora, well done. Russia. That's the right. Israel's the right answer. Farmer's Boy in here. Okay. In film, Which character has been played by the most actors?
Which character?
No. Peter, no.
Jeez. Then it would be.
No. No. No.
Number 2 bum underneath streetlight.
Man at the back, second from left.
That's it.
No, Sandra.
man who walks through with no lines.
No, Terry. Okay, big clue coming. It's elementary.
I was going to say that.
Tick.
Oh, but I got the American version.
Extra points if you can list them all.
No.
Yes, Carl. Sherlock Holmes. Or as Peter calls him, Holmes.
Holmes.
Dumb fingers. Dumb spelling.
I have to say, one of my favourites is the two that Matey Boy did Snatch. Guy Ritchie's
Okay.
version with was it Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
I thought they were quite fun. I liked them.
I like them.
Well, yeah, and because actually they did like 2 movies not far apart from each other as well.
Mm.
Yeah, that could have
But of
gone
course-
somewhere.
Yeah.
Of course, the modern iteration with Benedict Cucumber Band thing. Cumberbatch. They're quite good
Yeah, I
as well.
enjoyed them.
But
Brent Spiner. Was he a Sherlock Holmes? Maybe on the.
Yeah, he played
on the-
Sherlock Holmes in Star Trek when he was a character in the hologram.
Oh, that's right. In the
Holodeck.
holodeck.
yeah, I suppose if you go down that road, yes, Sherlock Holmes must have been played by so many people.
Okay. Jocasta was the wife of Laius and the mother of whom? Jocasta.
So why does that name ring a bell?
Mother is very relevant to the question.
No, not this one.
Teddy Davis, a Trekkie, didn't know.
What? Because I know something from Star Trek, does that mean I'm a Trekkie?
Make it so.
I repeat, mother is very important in to the answer. Pete Shea.
Oh.
Can you just repeat the question another time, Pip?
Yes, I can. Jocasta was the wife of Laius and the mother of who? Thank Freud.
Mm. It's on the tip of my tongue now. Can't seem to get it any further.
Yeah, I'll put you on camera, stick your tongue out.
Only
we
it worked like that. I put myself on camera so I could bloody read it.
Anthony Riley? No.
Ugh. I'm going to kick myself when you say who it is.
Mm-hmm. Huh? Do we have a translator? Bugger off.
Oh no.
Okay, did I put you out your miseries?
Yes, please.
The answer is Oedipus.
Bollocks. The Oedipus complex. Yeah.
Okay, easy one. What is the capital?
Easy one. Yeah, right.
What is the capital of Sicily?
Blimey. It's only easy if you know it.
Hey Terry, I'm going to go make a coffee. Do you want one?
Yeah, might as well. We're not getting anywhere here.
Nah.
I can't understand the first. Jocasta? What can't you understand about Jocasta?
Christ, how far behind are they?
You learned
Yeah.
by my accent.
Yeah, I'll be glad when we
Nothing
get
wrong
back
with
to
your
my
accent.
I'll
channel.
do it in a
'cause they're
proper
they're only
Scottish
15
accent, and then
seconds
you'll
behind.
really be stuffed. No, that would be Italy. In fact, it wouldn't. That's on Italy, on the mainland. Sicily's an island.
Oh, thinking of me.
Yes.
Thinking of me. Certain types of films.
Mafia.
So
Yeah.
So I'm about 8.3 seconds behind Terry. So if anyone's further behind that, that means they need to refresh.
Yes, Colon got it. Well done. It's Palermo.
I'm the Mafia.
What was invented by Dr. Edward Land in 1947? Think. Oh, I don't know if I should give you a clue. Wait, I'll see if I've typed it.
47. What the hell was invented?
It's. Oh
Yeah,
God.
yeah, we haven't got quite
Don't
to
give
that.
a clue that's not too easy.
Yeah.
I'll know it in about 6 months' time when we reach that far in ancient technology.
I can't really give a clue without giving it away. But it's to do with photography.
Oh, I know. If it's the one I'm thinking of.
Oh God, here it comes.
It's the one I'm
You come to help, have you?
Good morning, Squeak.
trying to get the right.
Ah.
I keep spelling it wrong.
Well, you got the first word right.
I'm trying to get my point across in the wording.
No,
I
he
think
didn't
you-
invent colour film in 47 because colour film existed way before then. Not all colour film from the Second World War has been recoloured afterwards.
Yeah, not all of it. No, I've actually seen some.
There was a TV series over here a few years ago, and it was World War II in colour, and they'd basically colourised all the old black and white footage. Unfortunately, it would seem the only colour they had was green, because everything was in different shades of green, including the German uniforms, the camouflage on Spitfires. It was 2 shades of green. Everything was green. It was like, did they pay money for somebody to do this? It's crap.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they could have used orange.
Yeah, but the classic Spitfire camouflage was green and brown. No, in this, it was 2 shades of green. The grey that the German soldiers wore was a dark shade of green. Everything was, I swear, everything was green. It was like, I'm not watching anymore. This is crap. You're better off leaving it in black and white. It was awful.
Well, Thanks for that, because that's on Netflix now, and I was thinking about saving
That
it for
might
the
well, that
weekend.
might not be the same series. It just watched like the first 10 or 15 minutes, and if everything's in green, it's that one. It was awful. It's like, who did this? I mean, because there's a lot of stuff now. There's a lot of people out there that are colorizing the old World War II film and photos. Some of them are very good, and some of them are like, you ain't got a clue, have you?
Can someone just sneak over and just check on the screen to what the answer is? Not here.
What, just sneak over to Scotland?
Yeah, just while she's not here.
Yeah.
No.
Just turn her camera on, Terry. You should be able to see.
I think knowing from where Pip lives, it would take me. I don't know. That's probably got to be a good 5 or 6 hour drive.
Yeah, if we could turn the camera on and we had a mirror behind in front of us, we could see the reflection to the screen, and then we'd know what was on the screen.
Miro, I don't know whether Polaroid is that old, but they certainly had colour film. There you go. Irish Stew said Wizard of Oz was in colour, and that's 1939.
Yeah.
They didn't use colour film very often, but it was around.
We must be on the right track between all of us.
A lot of the footage that the Germans shot was in colour, because they were, in a lot of ways, pioneers in the actual making of the film itself, film and tape. That's one of the many things they discovered at the end of the war. Operation Paperclip wasn't just about military secrets; it was also commercial stuff. Ha! Bought the hell out of Squeak. She's buggered off. See ya.
Sorry, Peanuts, I can't tell you what the right answer is yet until Pip gets back.
What year did she say? 48, was it?
47.
Dora said Google said it appears to be that, so Surf gets.
Yeah, it does appear to be that, because the Polaroid instant camera went on sale in late 1948. He was the guy that invented it.
Oh, there you are then.
So was I the first person to get it technically right, or not?
I think you were, Terry. Not technically at all. I think you were.
I should have just said it in one sentence. But it wasn't an Instamatic camera, though, was it?
Yeah, it was. But the first films were sepia tone, followed by black and white prints in the 1950s.
Digital photography, 1947. Oh, if only that was the case, then all of those amazing photographs that they took on D-Day that got lost because the technician was too excited. I feel sorry for the poor bugger that took all those photos.
Oh, he also developed the optics for the U-2 spy plane.
Oh, now that the optics and the camera systems for that were further developed, and they were used on the lunar orbiter that they sent up in '65 to take photos of potential moon landings or sites for moon landings. That was actually developed in orbit around the moon, scanned and transmitted back to Earth, and they could do that in '65.
Yeah. So, and that was set up in a similar fashion to a fax machine is.
Yes, it was.
So as the photo was taken and then it went through the processing thing, it actually went past the scanner.
That's it.
Which then transmitted it wirelessly back to Earth.
And I tried telling SE that, and he just won't believe that they had that technology in '65. And I said, well, they have, but have you actually seen the photos that they got? They're not exactly pin sharp.
Yeah, and the actual radio transmissions, the sensor bar that was used for the transmission of said photos, it was the the pixels were very big.
Yes. But even so, they still had that capability in 65.
Well, we can't wait any longer for Pip, so we can't do any more till she gets back.
Oh.
Bugger. Maybe we'll just Google the answer and then I'll show a picture of it on the screen or something.
Oh, hang on, Terry. I'll drop you a link.
Well, while she's away, I'll make good use of this opportunity.
There you go, Terry. In particular, the highlighted section.
Sorry, I had to sneak off for something.
So I dropped a link on the internal chat for you, Terry.
Yeah, I was listening.
Oh, it's better.
I'm back.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
It's all right.
That's okay. That's okay. We're ad-libbing.
Okay.
We found the
Did I get the
There it
answer
is
to
on
the
the
last
screen.
question?
yeah. We found the answer to the last question.
Sorry, Dora, I had to go. Yeah, Polaroid. Okay.
There you go. The inventor and founder of the Polaroid Corporation, Edward H. Land, developed the first instant camera as a hobby during World War II. After the war, the growth of American economy made it possible for new industries to flourish. One of these industries was instant photography. There you go. And how did I know that? Well, I'd like to know myself.
Just did.
You told me we'll both know.
Oh, I like that. Irish Jew says, what happened? Did Scotland just gain independence? No.
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 Never.
Oh, dear.
Okay, we'll go back to it. Or you want to...
Yeah, the last question we're waiting for.
It was Polaroid, yes.
Yeah, and guess who got it right in the panel?
Oh, I don't know.
Terry did.
Did
Who?
we?
Who?
No.
Who got it right?
Terry.
I think was it Terry?
Terry
Polaroid,
got it
yeah.
right.
So we did.
And I got
Terry
it right
was
straight away
first.
too, as soon as Pip finished the answer. Oh,
I think there's about 7 or 8 left in this one.
yeah, keep these questions coming that I know the answer to, Pip.
Okay.
We'll go right.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to know this one.
Ah,
Don't know, great. There we go. Name the group. Sid Barrett, Roger Waters, Richard Wright, Nick Mason.
Hello, hello.
I think I'd have known that one since I listened to them back in the day.
Responsible for both the greatest album of all time ever and the greatest single of all time.
I did not
Ever,
copy
or the
you,
greatest
sir.
track.
I answered mine before you did.
I think I want to know one.
Okay, I'll go with the majority.
Yellow. No.
It's not.
Mr. Blue Sky? No.
Yes, well done, Stu. I thought you might. And Farmer's Boy, it was Pink Floyd.
Best album in the world ever? Dark Side of the Moon. Best track in the world ever? Comfortably Numb.
Hmm.
Okay. I believe you. I'll have a listen on Spotify later.
But of course,
ELO.
that's on the wall.
Right, next question.
Amazing. I still
What
remember
is-
the words to that Comfortably Numb song, even though I was stoned off my head.
Sherry, I don't believe that. What is mainly extracted from pitch blende?
Oh, yeah. Oh, geez, quick.
No, almost. No.
Oh, almost.
I don't think what
Um,
else is in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
you mean this?
it's what a certain person did that cutting in half. No,
Huh?
Mm-mm.
I know.
Huh? What?
Well, okay, that's two answers the same, but not what I've got written down, so it could be debated then.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hmm.
Fred says radium and Paul says radium, but I have uranium.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
They are different. They're not even.
How did we
Yeah,
get?
I'd agree with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
uranium then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Marmite. Yeah, Marmite. That's a good one. I take
What?
it Irish Stew doesn't like Marmite.
What? I lost it. What? No. Which connects, or what connects, Delft, Sèvres, Wedgwood, and Chelsea?
What? Can you repeat that again? Sorry.
Yep. What connects Delft, Sèvres, Wedgwood, and Chelsea?
What connects them?
Oh,
Bit more technical than, well, not technical, but
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of the word.
oh,
God, I can't think of
somebody
it.
typed it in earlier on. That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the words I'm trying to think of in that along those lines. What Peter and Farmer wrote. That type of
I
word.
want the right word, or did I just take that?
I know which way Irish Stew is thinking. Yeah, that would be Chelsea Dagger. Who the hell sung Chelsea Dagger? Oh, bloody hell.
Were we on the right track in the peanut?
Yes, the correct answer is in there. I suppose they're all technically the correct answer. It's
Yeah,
porcelain.
I just
Yeah,
couldn't
okay.
spell it.
Yeah.
So if you wrote china, crockery, porcelain,
Yeah.
how about pot?
Yeah.
Which country introduced the world's first diesel locomotive in 1912?
Diesel.
oh, I'll do that, but that's not right.
Miro just typed in uranium.
Mira,
Mira,
are
you must be
way
way
behind.
humanity.
You got to
You
do.
need to
Yeah,
refresh.
He said that he tried refreshing a few times. What he needs to do is actually put it on time and a half. So if he puts it on time and a half, it will catch up to where we are.
Yes, we have a correct answer in here. And a correct answer out there. Carl Edwards and Farmer's Boy. Germany.
Deutschland über allen.
So they say.
Jawohl.
I can't pronounce that, so I'm not reading it.
Ein Herz in Flammen.
Volkswagen. Yeah.
3 questions to go. Diwali, Durisha, and Holi are religious days in which religion?
Oh, religion.
Say that again.
Diwali, Dussehra, and Holi are religious days in which religion?
Yeah, whatever.
I can't get that one without cheating.
No, it's religion anyway.
Yeah,
So I'm
notice
good.
first it's Hindu.
Oh, that's what I was going to write. I was trying to think of that one that's over in India.
And what? No, okay. What made Rockefeller rich?
Woohoo!
The question was written so badly and so long.
I guess technically you're right, Peter.
Money it isn't everything, but it makes poverty more bearable.
Boss has got the same idea. We'll put money. Carol, I think, is the first with oil. Yep. And Paul. So this is the last question for today. The Mau Mau were terrorists in which country?
Oh,
Ugh.
it's another piece of useless information I used to know.
I don't know. I got no idea.
Oh, Terry. That's a continent.
I'm only guessing.
No, you're in the right area. Yep, Fred Bailey got it. It was Kenya. So you're almost there, Terry. Africa. And they're close.
I covered all my bases by just saying that.
Yeah. Yeah, you covered the entire continent. Well done.
Yeah, pick a country.
Yeah, any of them. Anything in there. Thank you, Pip. That was a good one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was good because I got a couple right.
Yeah, I've got a few.
And Terry Colin has put a video for you in any other vids.
Not sending me porn again, Colin.
No. That stupid bloody woman again.
Where's my
Pip,
porn?
can I just confirm something before?
Oh, wait a minute. I've got to check all DMs again.
That question about pitch,
Mhm.
that definitely said uranium on your did it?
Yeah.
So I may have Googled that
Mm-hmm.
only because
Pitch blend, where do I find it?
yeah, and it says polonium and uranium. And radium.
Oh,
It
Okay.
doesn't
not
say
that.
anything about. It doesn't say anything about uranium.
Pitch blend, PITC,
Yeah.
PITCHBLENDE.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your uraninite, formerly pitch blende, is a radioactive uranium-rich mineral.
Oh.
It's uranium dioxide.
And apparently you cheated, Terry.
Hang on here.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, back to surf. Here's me cheating, surf. I'll put you in timeout.
Terry's never been caught cheating once.
Yeah, it is a major ore of uranium.
Yes.
I just looked at the video that Colin put, and it's that Looney Tune lady with the glasses that sit down on her nose. He looks over him.
Yep.
Oh,
That
God,
person?
it's the object. Oh no.
And that's what Colin wants us to play.
I don't know when he
Really?
sent me it. It was in my
Really?
DM and I just got it.
I'm just
no.
reading the description Colon's put, and I thought everybody knew that.
He posted it an hour ago, Terry, so it was probably for the beginning of the stream.
It should have. Yeah, I don't know. Could we have put up with it at the beginning?
I don't know why I couldn't have messaged you
How
with
long did it go for, Colin? 4 minutes. Oh, too late now.
Yeah.
Sorry, Colin. If I'd have seen that at the beginning of the show, we could have used that.
Oh, sorry.
So who in the peanut gallery done pretty good?
I know I didn't today at all.
Oh. I thought you got one right.
I might have even got 2 right, but
I got the camera
In,
right, and I don't know if I got any other right.
I'll keep stumbling.
I've sort of the Africa one, but
well, I got nowhere near as many as Farmer's Boy right. I know that.
all right.
Uh,
What do we got?
23.
Not
Okay.
a bad go at all.
All right.
I don't know how many questions there were. I know there's some. It's just like, no, don't know that.
There
Not a chance.
were. Right, I'll tell you. I didn't use them all. So,
Okay, here we got
think
Oakley and the
these models-
Rumpus. How long does that go
but there
for?
were. Oh god.
Bob the Science Guy.
Must have been getting on for 30 questions at least.
Roll
Yeah.
49, but I didn't read them all.
Oh,
We'll grab. I'm
That
gonna
was
grab.
51 to 100.
Gonna grab that one
I did
to
get that
finish off
one.
with. Grab that video, so we'll finish off with that one. And,
4,
oh,
5,
feel like got Tragical Unhallowed Nights. These usually go for a bit longer than. Yeah, his goes for 19 minutes. But
Oh.
Well,
Simon Dan, what's he got? Got one for 18 minutes.
I didn't use 12 of them, so whatever that is. 49 minus 12.
37.
What's your Simon Dan?
The ones I didn't read were.
We didn't watch a Simon Dan, did we? Okay.
Who won the 1988 Super Bowl?
Yeah, whatever.
Robert Allen Zimmerman is real name of whom?
Zimmerman.
That looks familiar. I'm sure we hadn't watched that one.
Why does Zimmerman ring a bell?
God, he's quite famous.
The countries of the
Good
world
story, though.
changing right before our
Yeah.
eyes. I'm sure
Yeah,
we watched something
so
similar to that the other day.
that's a part. Yeah, that's a part 2 to that one, Terry. And
Alright.
it's a shout out. It's a shout out as well.
Okay, I'll grab that.
Robert Allen
We'll
Zimmerman
play.
is
We'll play 2 videos. I can find one. That's one.
Bob Dylan.
And
Oh, of course, yes. Yes.
we'll grab. And
What's a more common name for a dunnock?
Fight the Flat
Isn't that a
Earth.
bird?
Mm-hmm.
Dave,
It's a more
what's
common
yours?
name.
Dunnock.
Flat Earth
No,
Rat.
can't remember that one.
Well, and it's a spug.
Bob the Science Guy.
Is it?
Nathan Oakley and Ben Nathan. How long's that go?
A hedge sparrow.
Oh, that goes for 14 minutes.
Really?
Okay.
Oh,
We might just do these 2 by the look of it. We'll do a Bob and we'll do a Simon Dan. No need to vote tonight. We'll just.
I've got one out, Terry.
Yeah, I've sorted you out. You're done. You're
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, we'll pick A or B. I can't do the thing for Alan in the peanut gallery, so. But depending on which ones you just want to watch first, pick A.
Sorry, first death. Yes, you were correct. It was Bob Dylan. I was just trying to do it quietly while Terry was looking for stuff.
I'm sure there was
There.
an author called Zimmerman.
No, we're not ignoring the peanuts, dear.
I don't ignore the peanuts. That's my job. I was given a job today.
Yeah, you're
That's
giving
my
it.
job.
That's you're an apprentice peanut watcher.
I'm in charge of the nutters.
And Paul's in charge of the dirt. We'll call him Professor Dirt. We'll call you Professor Dirt or something like that. We'll try to think of a new name for you.
Oh, no, I was thinking of Marion Zimmer Bradley. That was it.
A, B, 2, something, I, D.
A, B, D.
What's that, a sheep? Surf votes for a sheep. No, you can't vote for twice, Surf. You already voted D, so that's...
Peanut
Peanut
watcher.
watcher.
Voyeur
Voyeur
sounds
sounds better. Yeah. Okay, A or B. We've got one of each so far.
Come on, Peanuts, it's not hard.
Yeah, pull your finger out and stick it on A
Crazy,
or B.
crazy.
Oh,
Oh, it's getting warm up here. Sun's out.
uh,
Oh, no window.
no, definitely not. I got no sun whatsoever.
Oh, the sheep says B.
In fact,
What?
I might have to put my jumper back on.
No, you got A, Dory, so you can't have B.
A, B.
A. I think A's.
A.
Yeah, three
A.
A's. Yeah, here we go. A wins.
Eyes down for full house.
Bingo! Oh, I've still got a Star Wars card here.
Right. There we go.
Thumbs up in the Peanuts if you want a Star Wars Episode 1 trivia quiz.
Yeah, we may not be streaming again till next Saturday. If we do stream before then, it'll be the spur of the moment.
All right, I'll keep our eyes open.
Around, like our 7 o'clock time. But I'd like to do one earlier in the day. But I can't, I don't know how I could get Alan to sort that out.
3 hours earlier for us would be okay. That's what it used to be.
Yeah, well,
You tell me what you-
I did it in the afternoon. I did it in the mid-afternoon, and a lot of our American friends were able to, more of our American friends were able to either come on the panel or watch live.
You tell me what you need to do, Terry, and you can always steal my channel.
Yeah, we may have to pick somebody else's channel.
Well, you used mine already.
I mean, go on
Use
somebody
mine
else's
ahead.
channel. Here we go.
My 43 subs will watch you. Press
Mad,
play.
what's Mad doing out there?
Don't know. Haha, I beat Farmer today. I got 24.5.
Oh, he's out there. Hey, no.
Good for you, Mad. Good for you.
Well, hi, everyone, and greetings from
Yeah,
Northern Michigan. This is Bob the Science Guy, and today we're going to finish up the introductory phase of my new series, Nathan's Being Nathan. Today we're going to finish up with my favorite Nathan Oakley. Now, Nathan runs a daily Flat Earth debate channel. When I went on originally, when I first started up this channel, I did it mostly to get material. But quite frankly, I haven't bothered with him very much lately because I don't want to give him the views. But I've neglected him long enough. So let's cue up the music and have a look at Nathan Oakley, the Flat Earth debater. So to start with, we're going to lay some of the groundwork for this debate. And the way Oakley will do this is he will have one of his panel members softball him an assertion that he'll call on later. Let's have a listen.
What I've just started discovering when I talk to Globers and I start saying, do you have the ground temperature data? Like what's the temperature of the ground or the temperature of the water and the atmospheric? When you start pressing them on that, because that's actually, those are the factors that can determine something's refracted or not. They say, well, you don't need that. As soon as they say they don't need that, they're done, because that's their argument that things are refracted. So when you say things are refracted, because sinking and that stuff is part of refraction. If they don't give you the data, if they obfuscate the data, it's over. I had this happen on a disc the other day.
Yeah, but what they do though is they say they can dispense with that because they've got standard refraction, which is obviously based on R, rather than based on the 4 key things like you just said: pressure, temperature, density, humidity, or whatever the fact.
What did he just say? Based on R?
Yeah, he did. Standard refraction is not based on the radius of the Earth.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. What?
That's a ridiculous comment.
I think he's getting confused that refraction actually uses the letter R to be spelt, you know?
What he's confusing it with is that because of standard refraction, it makes the Earth look 7/6 bigger than what it really is in radius.
Yeah.
All right. So, but that's not based on the standard refraction is not based on R at all.
I'm glad I picked that up straight away. I wasn't going to let that one go. Oh, press play again.
So I can't remember them off the top of my head. But the point is, you're right. They've got this claim that you don't need all the empirical data when it suits them because they've got standard refraction. But when we question it, they say, well, if you're going to apply real world refraction, you need to know all these along every point of the corridor. And it's like, oh, right, so it's different rules when we try and do it, but when they try doing it, this, oh, yeah, standard refraction is fine.
But that's not really the way standard refraction works. Standard refraction is based on hundreds of thousands of observations and giving us an average amount of refraction in the atmosphere. For example, with their black swan photograph of the oil rigs. Now, 95 days out of 100, those photographs will show what we would normally expect to see on a spherical Earth, and that is that the near oil rig is higher than the far oil rig, and the far oil rig is partially obstructed by the curve of the Earth. Now, in 5 out of 100 cases, we have abnormal refraction going on, and you can tell that simply by looking at the photographs because they're extremely distorted. Here's the problem that you run into with this argument and the easiest way to counter it. Fine. I seem to recall one of those black swan photographs recorded the temperature of the water at 60 degrees Fahrenheit and the temperature of the air at 64. It did not give a relative humidity nor a pollen count, or the level of dust in the air or the luminosity of the sun. However, based on those two numbers, if I change the temperature of the water to 56 degrees, and I change the temperature of the air to 72 degrees, how will that affect refraction? Can you do the mathematics to do that? Well, fortunately, we can, because we've got Walter Bislin. Now, this is Walter Bislin's Advanced Earth Curve Calculator. Now, on his website, he actually has a section devoted to refraction of light. And it's a refraction calculator. And that's what we have up here. And I'll put a link to this in the description. We're going to have a standard refraction day to use as a comparison. And on the right, we're going to vary the conditions a little bit. So if you look at this photograph, you'll see that the water temperature and the air temperature are exactly the same. What happens if we increase the air temperature by 2 degrees centigrade? Oh my goodness, Chicago got a little higher on the horizon. Now 16 and 18 degrees Celsius is 60 and 64 degrees. So let's see what happens when we drop it down to about 56 degrees and we bring it up to about 72 degrees. Boy, that's quite a change, isn't it? Now, you can calculate this. However, we normally don't need to. This is kind of just something to help us do the math a little bit. We have 3 types of refraction in the atmosphere. We have normal atmospheric refraction, we have low refraction, and we have high refraction. The photograph on the left is normal refraction. The photograph on the right is high refraction. What's the problem with that? So I think that when Flat Earth attempts to demand we give them specific numbers when we're talking about refraction, beyond, say, saying normal atmospheric or high or low refraction, so fine, go ahead and show me the mathematics behind the numbers. Go to refraction calculator. Show me how it's going to make a difference, to support your point. Otherwise, we're going to simply use high, low, and normal refraction. Now, 95 out of 100 days, you see normal refraction with those oil rigs in the Black Swan. 5 out of 100 days, you may have high refraction. The one they keep throwing around with the massive distortions is high refraction. That's good enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just point out the magic trick. Okay, if you're going to assert refraction, what refraction are you asserting? 07 over 6 R. We've debunked R. Don't use standard terrestrial refraction, as it's actually accurately called. Terrestrial refraction uses R. Bye-bye, we don't have an R value anymore, Black Swan. Maybe if you learnt the argument and understood how it had been debunked and why it's now untenable, you wouldn't be asserting standard refraction in the form of terrestrial 7 over 6R, because you don't have an R. Bye-bye, globe.
I'll tell you, I always love it when Nathan tries to sound scientific. Now, we perfectly know what the radius of the Earth is. We know what the shape of the Earth is, and those were all determined long ago by multiple different means. So that's really not an argument here. But what Nathan's argument is brilliant. What he's saying is that unless we can prove the value of R to his satisfaction, every mathematical formula that involves R needs to be thrown out. But that's not really the way it works. Let's go back over here to Bisland's calculator. Now this pretty much says it all right here. What refraction is the bending of light. When you bend light, you have a curve, and that curve itself has got a radius. That's kind of what defines a curve. So no matter what the curve of the refraction is, that curve itself will have a radius. Now, under standard conditions, we can estimate what that curve is going to be. It's approximately 7/6 times the radius of the surface of the Earth. If the radius of the Earth was different, it may be 7/9, or it may be 4/3. It doesn't really matter what the radius of the Earth is. We're simply using it as a constant. So the fact that the light itself is curving and the surface of the Earth is curving independently has no relationship to each other.
I see some kind of middle ground in both of what you guys were saying. Even this morning, when they're still talking about the black swan, they present the clear day picture and then the fuzzy day picture, and they're still on about this. Look, you can see all the distortion, right? So they want to say that there's some distortion from one side, but then back to where this point opened up, they obfuscate and they don't want to have the numbers. My man said as soon as they say you don't need it, they're done. It's like, but I do see some sort of middle ground.
Now, once again, this is the second person coming in to reinforce the first point, but trying to appear moderate, and that is saying, well, there is kind of some middle ground here. This is a valid point that he's bringing up, and that is that we bring up the clear pictures of the black swan, and then we point out the problems with the fuzzy picture of the black swan and the fact that it's high refraction. Now, this is a point that Nathan cannot overcome. So notice how he's going to go ahead and change the subject to the geometric versus the apparent horizon. So let's go ahead and continue.
Not really.
Can I ask you a question?
I just
So
let me summarize that part before you do,
they're saying
Chocolate.
that
Just 1 second,
distortion.
Chocolate. Just 1 second
Oh,
before you do.
My bad.
So, yeah, your geometric horizon we discussed yesterday. I think it was Arwen we were discussing it with. This is a fixed value, set in stone, inviolable, not to be changed. Because as soon as it is, it's no longer either the value that it must be or geometric. So it is very much set in stone. If they say, oh, we can argue about one image being fuzzy and therefore there's lots of refraction going on. So not a geometric horizon then, we've only got one. This is the death of their model. It's so cut and dry.
I totally agree with that argument.
Okay, so Nathan's argument here is that unless we can actually verify that what we're looking at is the geometric horizon, the Earth is not a sphere. Well, first of all, nobody ever claimed we were looking at the geometric horizon. That's not our argument. We always look at an apparent horizon. Now let's go ahead and discuss the differences between a geometric and an apparent horizon. A geometric horizon is based on a shape and a size. The Earth is a sphere of a certain size. That sphere will have a geometric horizon to it based on the observation height. Now, the difference between that and the apparent horizon is that the apparent horizon is refracted a little bit. So if you look at an observer at one position, the geometric horizon, for example, will be here, and the apparent horizon will be a little bit further on, because instead of looking at a straight tangential line, you're looking at a curved line that curves over the top of the horizon a little bit. This is a normal, understandable, and reproducible phenomenon. So I don't understand the point between the two. Now, Nathan likes to point out that if we can't measure directly the geometric horizon, we can't measure the globe. Now, there are a number of ways that we can determine the radius of the Earth. For example, with Eratosthenes, we determine the circumference of the Earth based on very high angle light, which is minimally, if any, refracted. It's coming in from nearly 90 degrees above us. Second of all, we can determine the radius of the Earth by measuring a great circle course between 2 points on the surface of a sphere. That will give us the radius of the Earth. We do that every day with airliners and ships. Not a problem at all. And the third way that we can do it is using something called the method Al-Biruni, where we're actually up at a height looking down and measuring the dip angle to the horizon. Now, here's the problem that you run into. If you are very low to the ground, refraction is going to have a very significant impact on your calculation with Alberuni. It's going to increase the radius of the Earth. Now, how much will it do that? Well, could do it quite a bit if you're an inch above the water. However, if you're at 45,000 feet and the drop to the horizon is 3.75 degrees, which is easy to measure with an airplane, you get a radius of the Earth. You can compare that to the radius of the Earth determined from the other methods and find that the error is less than 0.8%. I don't think it's going to be that significant for our calculations, and it certainly does not indicate that the Earth is any shape other than curved.
Well, the next question would be, can you have refraction that is not distorted? And as soon as you show that that's possible, they're done as well. So you can have refraction without distortion. I mean, that's obvious. Nope.
You're back onto this having refraction. No. Their refraction is terrestrial refraction, and they can't have it. Sorry. It's arguing about real refraction and whether or not we're going to qualify. Who cares? They don't have that. It's not what they use. It's irrelevant.
There, Dad. You see how he's going back to his original argument that if we can't prove R to his satisfaction, refraction doesn't exist? I mean, does that make any sense? This is the type of debate tactics that Nathan Oakley likes to use. And this is why normal people don't really go and debate him, because he's just trying to twist things around in his own mind and redefine things. And there's no way to win against that. If you start to win, he will either shout you down, mute you, or change the subject. And then, of course, there's going to be ad homs throughout the entire process. So it's a rather abusive process, and I do not recommend people go on to this show and try and participate in this charade. But it's fun to watch once in a while. Well, we've laid the groundwork for the debate. In our next episode, we're going to see what happens when somebody comes in to try and argue the globe with this panel in this environment. So this is Bob the Science Guy signing out from Northern Michigan. Thank you very much for stopping by. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. And remember, we have memberships and a Patreon. Pretty soon, we're even going to have a channel store where you can get cool stuff from Bob the Science Guy. In the next episode, we're going to see Rumpus come in, and I look forward to seeing you then. Take care, guys.
Oh, I tried listening to that one this morning. That's painful.
Would it be a strategic move to try to flood this Nathan guy on his panel with enough globies and content providers to try to get somewhere, or you don't think we'd get anywhere trying to do that?
No, it's a waste of time. There's a reason why Nathan doesn't come out of his channel, doesn't come out of his little echo chamber, because he must have complete and utter control. And it doesn't matter how many people try to get in there. He'll mute you, he'll shout at you, he'll hurl insults at you, and then if you still carry on being polite and presenting valid points, he'll just boot you and block you. It's not, his channel is not for discussion. It isn't. Go and try if you like, but it'll be a complete waste of time.
This is going back ages now, but it was it you and me, Peter, or me and Bandy that were in the Peanut Gallery one time? And
yeah, no, we were all in there at the same time, I think, Terry.
Yeah, and I didn't have a mic at the time. They called us out and wanted us to come on, and I went, no, sorry, I haven't got a mic. And I know what would have happened. We can predict it. What would have happened?
Fred says he tested, obviously, the volume or something. He tested this. Rumpus of maximum 62 decibels and Nathan 72 decibels. That's
Nathan has a series of classic things that he uses, and one of those is making him louder than anybody else, particularly those he's shouting at and insulting.
Yeah, I could do the same thing here, just shout over the top of you.
Yeah, but that's what he does. And it's also interesting when you get the likes of Jose, who has recorded these things that he's done with Nathan, and you hear the difference between what the outside world hears and what they hear inside, and you can tell when Oakley's muting people. because that's another thing. He will mute you and just hurl abuse at you, and whilst you're trying to make a point, you're muted.
Yep. But if you record your own side, where you can hear you.
That's what. Yeah, that Jose's done that.
That's why
several
Jose
times
does
now.
that. Yeah.
He's recorded his side, and it's totally different to what everybody else hears.
Okay. Well, we'll have to watch that space for Bob the Science Guys.
Oh look, I might have to do some shopping.
Not yet. We've still got some videos to go yet.
That we ran out of.
Well, I don't know. I might need a novelty mug.
How many mils are those mugs, Pip?
Oh, the big. They're actually quite big. Bloody heavy too.
They look a good size. I mean, looking at the size of that handle.
Big handle. You can get 4 fingers. I can get 4 fingers through the handle. Yeah, it's a big chunky mug.
Yeah.
But they wanted me to sell it for like 20 quid.
What?
Yeah, that's what they recommend. So
Well,
you get the maximum
particularly
profit.
when you've got to add postage on top of it.
Yeah. So it's as cheap as it can go. Yeah, it's a good mug. Just too chunky for me. I like delicate china for my
I like
coffee.
big mugs.
You sure you said mugs?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why you like me, isn't it, Terry?
You're only a little mug.
Oh.
Yes, Colin, I gave him it.
Yes,
Perspective
Colin.
is everything.
I did see that crazy lady, but we'll pick her for another day because that'll take some. You'll have to have your brain set in a certain.
You've got to do everything in the right order, haven't you?
I don't think we'd finish off with the crazy lady, otherwise I wouldn't get any sleep tonight. Okay, here we go.
Oh, don't.
What?
I'm not gonna say it until you put it up on our screen, Terry.
Oh, sorry. Did I forget something? See, I told you.
You got something in your throat.
This fatigue's starting to show, I tell you. Plus, I took me drugs about 15, 20 minutes ago too, so they'll be kicking in.
Press the proceed button, Terry.
I've got to press the space bar, actually.
That countries of the world were popping up and changing positions on his desktop map, specifically West Papua. In that video, I reference an older video of Mike's, which had a much more general geographic Mandela effect changes vibe. That's the video we're going to be looking at today, and the changes are unparalleled.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Now, before we begin today, I just want to say thank you to everyone who watched the interview with the ex-Flat Earther Seek Truth, Speak Truth. The feedback I received was lovely. Thank you. If you get to see that video, I'll leave a link for it in the description. And it appears that not everyone enjoyed it.
I mean, the guy has 2,500 subscribers, but 700 of those have been put on in the last 3 days.
So, man, Dan.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound fishy at all.
No. He said he was the Simon Dan channel, but I think he was in Simon Dan school. How to buy the views and subscribers, you know.
So, after the interview with Seek Truth, Speak Truth, many of you went over to his channel and subscribed. So, perfectly reasonable then that of the over 100,000 of you that watched that video, maybe 1,000 of you decided to go over to Seek Truth, Speak Truth channel and subscribed because you like the look of his content. That's fair enough, right? Well, Ranty doesn't think so.
Yeah, nobody believes anything that this guy's saying right now. Seriously. Right, here we go. So hang on, wait a minute. So this guy had, so In the month of September 2019, he had 270 views. So what's this, like 7 months ago, 8 months ago? He had 270 views as a flat earther. He had October 308 views. I mean, come on. And then he just jumped up. He had 9,000 views in November, 10,000 views in January and December. I mean, come on. What? So he just literally jumped up as he became an ex-flat earther. Are you kidding me? What a prick.
Charming, hey? Now, that sounds very much like sour grapes to me from Ranty. And as many of you will know, he's had his issues with me in the past as well. Now, I was going to leave this alone, but Ranty went on to say this.
See truth, speak truth. All I can say is, right, there is many a globe earther out there right now that I respect a whole lot more than you. And there's some I can see right now. So there's Al K in the chat, there's Toady UK, and we've been joined by George Netanyahu, and all of them combined probably have less subscribers that you bought than you do, or you got a leg up from somebody. And I'll tell you something, they all probably know an awful lot more about this argument than you do. You're a nobody, mate. You're an ex-flat earther that ran off to the globe, and you have nothing apart from your 2,000 bought subscribers, and all I can say is, yeah, you don't mean anything to me. You jump on this channel right now, you jump and debate us, we'll just rip you a new one. You ain't gonna get you ain't gonna get the red carpet rolled out like it was on Simon Dan's here.
How dare Ranty tell somebody else that they're a nobody? That's disgusting in my eyes. And you know what, Ranty? You reap what you sow. Now, far be it from me to tell all of you what to do, but wouldn't it be very amusing, as well as a healthy dose of karma, if Seek Truth, Speak Truth, this nobody in Ranty's eyes, went on to get more subscribers than Ranty's 5,000? The link for his channel may or may not be in the description. Right, back to Mandela Effect geography, and before we begin, I must draw you to the attention of something I said last week, where I was corrected by a lot of people after I said this. Oh really? Well, I refer again to the video you made 8 months ago, and would you look at that, Wes Papa is on there. Now, apparently to these people, the Mandela Effect is a shift into a parallel universe. That's why these things change slightly. So the areas of the map that I pointed out that were always there, had always been there anyway, because we were now in the universe that we weren't in before and had been the whole time there. I think that makes sense. Anyway, I can't use that to debunk him. Fair enough. So with all that behind us, we'll start fresh with Mike's video from 8 months ago, where he talks about a host of geographical changes. Come on then, Mike, let's hear it.
Hello everybody, this is Mike Infinity here, bringing you a new Mandela Effect video. This is a special geographical changes Mandela Effect video. And before I get started, I'd just like to say that I know that the majority of the people that's affected by the Mandela Effect already are familiar with these effects, with these geographical changes. But this is pretty much for the people that aren't aware, because I remember when I first found out that I was affected, I wasn't aware of these geographical changes until someone pointed them out to me.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Before that bit of Papua changed, Mike had the exact same video out with the exact same dialogue, but the part that we know as West Papua wasn't on there. Everything else was the same, right? That was our old universe, this is our new one. Gotcha.
So this is what I'm looking to do here. I'm looking to make some people aware that might not be aware some of these changes. And, you know, open some people's eyes up, check some things out. Okay, cool. Got that out the way. So I like to start with South America first. It's a big one. This was the first one that I noticed as far as geographical changes are concerned.
Now, before he starts, I just want to say that I have always remembered South America looking the way that it does.
So if you remember it the way I do, you remember South America being directly underneath North America, hence the name South America.
Well, I would say it's got more to do with the fact that it's predominantly in the southern hemisphere. And no, I don't remember it ever being directly under North America.
But now you can clearly see that South America has drifted, for lack of a better word. I know people talk about timelines and things like that. I really don't believe that the earth has changed. I believe that where we come from, it's a complicated thing, but I just believe that our consciousness came from a different place, from a different reality, different earth or whatnot.
And this is where we have an issue, because I've always remembered South America to be where it is now. So is your consciousness from a different reality than mine? Are we in different universes? Are you now in my universe? How does it work? Or, and this is probably the most likely, you have remembered incorrectly.
We can all throw names and terms and things at this effect, but none of us really know exactly what's going on. But I just say that the way I remember things being from that, South America was not so far east. This is almost at least 1,000 miles east from where I remember it being.
1,000 miles? Wow.
And a lot of other people remember it that way as well. So this is a huge one. So far east. And in addition to that, I've been noticing that not just South America, but all of the continents seem to be getting chipped and broken down at the edges. This is not the best map in the world. There are other maps that show better detail. But if you look at the other maps, you'll notice that many of these continents and land masses are getting eaten away at the edges for some reason.
Well, technically they are, but not at a speed that would make a difference to a map over a human lifespan.
There's many of them. The east coast of North America, lots of other places. So yeah, so South America is really far east from my memory, and that's a big one. And with that happening, that carried onto this. So Panama is no longer going from north to south the way I remember it.
Sorry, from north to south?
And the Panama Canal is now going from southeast to northwest. And I don't remember it being that way. A lot of people don't remember it being that way.
It cut it in half, it's drifting.
But it is that way, people. It's that way now. For now, at least, because things change so much.
Right, if you're watching right now and you're from Panama, please email me and tell me, has your country that you live in ever changed orientation in your lifetime? Or has it always been exactly as you remembered it?
The next one I want to talk about is Australia, which is a big one. Huge changes in many different ways, as you can see here. So many people don't remember Australia being so close to all these other countries like Malaysia and this whole jumbled up mess here now.
I do. I've always remembered it being where it is now.
Many of us remember Australia being the land down under because it was so far beneath all the other land masses. It was just in a space of its own.
Oh my God.
Isolated for the most part. Now New Zealand is the land down under because it's clearly beneath Australia and everything else.
Oh dear.
Or if you want to call some of this portion here in South America, it's definitely more southern than Australia is at this point.
Australia is called Down Under because they were searching for a country underneath Asia. When they finally discovered it, Australia was deep into the southern hemisphere, so the name stuck.
So, yeah, that's pretty huge, guys. That was not like that for me. Not a lot of other people. this Gulf here, Gulf of Carpentaria. Don't remember that. That's a huge feature that I can't see how I would have missed. A lot of other people can't. You can't miss this huge bite, here at the top. It wasn't like that before for me.
Probably because you hadn't looked at that area before.
A lot of other people say the same. And with that, these Gulfs here weren't here for me either. These popped up about a month ago for me. This Spencer Gulf
They've been
and
there
Gulf
longer than a month,
of St.
I can
Vincent,
tell
I
you that.
believe. These weren't here for me.
That's what you call the bite.
Just popped up.
If he says Tasmania wasn't there before,
Pretty new.
Again, probably didn't look there before.
So yeah, guys, Australia, huge change location-wise. These features, don't remember these features. Seem like it's changing progressively. And yeah, it's Australia, guys. So I guess I could talk about Greenland now.
We addressed this in last week's video, so we'll move on to the next one, which is quite honestly unbelievable.
The next one I want to talk about is Costa Rica. It's another one that's kind of blew my mind. Not because of the location, but because of the fact that it's actually a country now. And I do not remember it being a country. Shout out to Noblest D who pointed this out for me. I don't know how long it would have taken me to discover this, but he definitely pointed this one out for me. This was an island, the way I remember, and there's plenty of residue to support that. Plenty of residue.
A country can still be a country when it's an island. I think what you meant to say is you didn't remember it being on the continent.
To support that. Newspaper articles, magazines, movie descriptions about movies that were filmed here. They all say the island of Costa Rica. The island of Costa Rica. You never. I never remembered this being the case. It was definitely an island in the Caribbean. Of course, much smaller than this, but
I think I know what's happened here. Some of the scenes in the film Jurassic Park were filmed on the island of Cocos, which belongs to Costa Rica. Perhaps you just wrongly assumed that that little island is Costa Rica. I can assure you that it has always been on the continent.
Now it's an official part of Central America, people. Hope you're loving it. It's pretty crazy. I plan to take a trip over there, and I like to question some of the people to see what they remember, because that'll be interesting to get it from their perspective.
I think you'll find they'll laugh at you.
Memory.
Right, anyone from Costa Rica watching, email me. Please let me know. Were you living on an island?
like Nanaine said, he may be thinking of Puerto Rico.
1 minute and then the mainland the next.
Yeah.
Perspectives, So yeah, guys, this wasn't a country before. It was definitely an island, and now it is a country. Move on to the next one, and the final one, I believe. It's Italy. Italy, guys. Italy is can't get much cock back. Can't cock back much more than that, guys. I mean, damn, I can't see it. It wasn't this far back for me. It was definitely more forward, and it was much more forward than this. And
okay, so you remember it being more forward. Does that mean that it was more forward? No, it doesn't.
And Sicily was not touching. It's overlapping. It's past the toe at this point. It was kind of like a boot about to kick a ball, but at this point, it's past the toe. We have contact, people. It's clear that this change. It was getting closer for me. It's been getting closer and closer for a couple weeks or so, maybe a month, and then a couple days ago, I noticed that it was actually touching and overlapping a toe.
It sounds like he might have the Mandela effect from when he was at school, and he didn't take much notice back at school, and now he's only just looking at him.
And
but he's
it's so amazing
to looking at a blue line. There's a blue line. Of course, it looks as if it's touching.
Watch these things just change.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Right in front of your eyes. It's so amazing. But yeah, this wasn't the way it was for me. You can let me know in the comment section if you remember this being the case. If you remember it always being this way, because I don't remember these islands here either. These popped up for me a couple of weeks ago as well.
Okay, if you've ever been to Ibiza,
He must have
I've got
smoked
news
a lot
for
of
you.
drugs a few
You
weeks
never
ago.
went.
Yeah.
Don't remember them being there. Don't remember these things.
He doesn't remember Mallorca.
Yeah, and I shout out to Moneybag73 as well. I watched one of his videos that he pointed out that the pictures of Italy now include Sardinia as a part of the official picture of Italy, and that wasn't the case before either.
That
I
would be
clearly
completely
remember that.
wrong.
Clearly remember that not
Hey,
being
Terry.
in the.
I've got this really mean idea. What do you reckon we get one of those maps of Australia from back from the the early 1800s where Tasmania was still part of Australia?
Oh, it was joined onto, yeah.
Yeah, there was no Bass Strait in between,
No.
and then we'll say, look, Australia's definitely drifting further north. Look, there's a gap there now.
We're leaving Tasmania behind.
I think Empty Bottle needs to go into that ASAP.
We're trying to sneak. We're
waving
trying to
goodbye to
sneak.
your
We're trying to.
Tasman.
We're trying to sneak away from Tasmania. Don't tell them.
It's a secret.
In the official pictures of Italy, Sardinia. I don't remember that being the case.
Well, it's part of Italy. Why wouldn't it be on the map of Italy? Wow, what a wonderful collection of missed memories. I think we can all say that we all remember things differently, but it certainly doesn't mean that we're hopping or sliding into other universes. It just means that our memories aren't 100% effective at recalling things. Really enjoyed that one today. If you enjoyed it yourself and you want to like and subscribe, I'll be thoroughly appreciative. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you all tomorrow for the first ever Physics for All video. See you then.
All of these numpties are the same. They've got an appalling memory. That's all it is. They just don't remember things.
Yeah, their
Oh,
concentration.
Ibiza's just
It
popped
probably
up.
remembers it on a globe, but he's looking at a flat map. Of course, it's going to be different.
Or he's seen it on a different map that's had things sort of turned around a slightly different way or something. You know.
Sean
Yeah,
Smith wants to know what kind of motor you're using.
Yeah,
Terry.
Sean. We've got these strategically placed Evinrude motors. I think they're probably a 200 series, and we've got them placed strategically along the bottom of Australia. And every night we turn them on, and we just sneak forward a few meters north every night.
And don't tell Tasmania we've actually cut the telephone lines that go to them, so we don't need to use them anymore. But that was actually holding Tasmania there for a while,
tethering it.
Oh, dear.
I was wondering where the down under phrasing come from. I thought Americans, they thought of it first, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was the Brits.
Well, everyone up there, for us down here, yeah, we'd be down and under for their perspective. So,
Yep.
But then wouldn't that be the same for us? We'd say you guys are down and under.
Dora says it's time to put a retro reflector in Tasmania to check. Tassie's drifting towards the South Pole.
Oh. I think we're finishing off here now. Who said we're going to only go for a couple of hours? We've stretched into 3 hours.
No.
Oh, I'd just like to say, good on you, Simon Dan, for doing what you did for
yeah,
making Ranty feel like an absolute tool.
Mm.
Because that's just so funny. He is so butthurt over that.
Yeah.
Time to dig the socks out and do some more sobbing.
I think I'm running out of. I'm gonna have to go see that other guy though. Send him an email. Nice
Yeah,
picture
that
of
was funny.
Australia.
Have you given up on having a date with Paige?
Oh, look,
That's
having a
very
date with
thought.
Paige, having a date with Paige is a very interesting concept. But I can see how it's going to end though. And yeah, and it won't be good one way or the other.
You think she might be disappointed?
I might slip my own wrists.
Yeah.
What, before or after?
Oh, during, right in the middle of it. There's no escape. Let me out.
Press play, please, Terry.
I did send her an email, though.
Oh, God.
Blaby wants it if it's about pineapples.
No.
Deem Knob said, me, Terry. Yeah.
I doubt it, Death.
Can I say, pay attention to the pictures?
There's
'Cause I didn't
lots
know
of Easter eggs, so to speak.
I didn't notice when I was reading it.
Press play, please, Terry.
If I'd known, I would have spent longer on them.
Did I hear somebody say press play?
Press
Yes,
play,
please.
please.
Sure.
Please, Terry.
That needs fixed. Shouldn't be moving. Show me your cock. Introduction. I know what's going on in your head. This book is not for the lube by your bed. Although it's a rooster, I think you'll enjoy a tale about some cocks and a boy. So please don't be scared to read this out loud to your innocent child or a large crowd. The weather was perfect one day after school. I thought I'd swim in the neighbourhood pool. I put on my trunks and started to walk. That's when my neighbour showed me his cock. The time had come. It was my birthday. My best friend came over, but what shall we play? We went to my room and turned back the lock. That's when my friend showed me his cock. One night after school, I couldn't sleep. I tried to read, I tried counting sheep. I snuck in my parents' room. Oh, what a shock. My daddy was showing my mummy his cock. Third grade is fun, my teacher would say. Barely any work and mostly play. When recess came, he wanted to talk, so he pulled me aside and showed me his cock. My first confession was especially fun. The priest pulled me in and called me his son. He read, like a shepherd, he will tend to his flock. And that's when the priest showed me his cock. My grandpa Charlie was losing his mind. I think it all started when he went blind. He walked to my house in a hat and one sock. That's when he showed my family his cock. My skin has wrinkled, my hair's turned grey. I'm lucky to witness this brand new day. I watch the sunrise while I put on my socks, and as I eat breakfast, I think about cocks. Now Grandpa, my parents, my teacher, my priest, my neighbour and best friend are all deceased. When death comes home and I hear him knock, I'll welcome him in and show him my cock.
Oh dear.
Did anyone notice the blackboard? Yeah, did anyone notice what was written on the blackboard?
If you didn't see it, go back and watch it. Pause.
Pause. Do a quick workout. Do the sums in your head.
On the blackboard?
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't notice, and I would have spent much longer on the pictures.
But you do, if you go back to that bit and pause, on the blackboard there are all sorts of sums, and they are basic addition and subtraction. But if you work them out, they all give you the same result, shall we say?
How far back in the story was that? I'm trying to find. Oh shit!
And you notice what's on the table.
When he shows when the
It was
headmaster
before
shows
the-
him.
Yeah, I got it.
Before the priest.
I got it. That.
Mm-hmm.
That the one you're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, and?
Well, it's 42 plus 27. Or even simpler, what's 10 plus 59?
I'm staring you in the face, Terry.
And there seems to be a wiener on the table as well.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't make heads or tails of any of those sums.
That means you can then.
It's a bit like the lovely picture that's above the head of the bed with his mum and dad.
Yeah.
It's where his dad's
Oh,
looking.
I wish I had noticed them. I really.
Oh, there you go. No. Oh,
Yeah, where his dad's
there you
looking.
go. Oh dear. Good stuff.
Look at the hot dog.
Things people.
Yeah, in his hand. That's right.
The things we
Oh,
find
dear.
amusing, I tell you.
Yep. Bloody right.
There we go. That's your lot for tonight.
Thank you, Terry.
Okay, thanks Pheasant Plucker. Thanks Pip. Thanks Elmo. Thanks Peter. Thanks Mippet.
Thanks, Terry.
Yeah, sorry I was late, Terry. I'll have my spanking later, thanks.
You wish.
I'm sorry, I can't read.
Why you still call? Don't know why you still call me Elmo.
I thought Elmo
I'm
suited
Enrico.
you better.
I was only a
I'm
pheasant plucker for one day.
Yeah, I'm Enrico Fermi tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. And who's he when he's home?
Oh, he's a famous physicist.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, who do we have out in the peanuts? Colin, Boggs, Dora. See Sean Smith dropped in late. Mad. Thank God it's flat. First death. Dora, Mippet, Colin, Death. Demon Orb, I've already read that one. Professor Pineapple. Oh, I was out there too. Oh, look at that. Hello, Terry. Zebulon, Fred. NA. I have to scroll up for. Oh, Miro. Carl should have been out there too somewhere. Oh, Bacon Earth. There we go. So if we don't stream it between now and Saturday, I'll see you Peanuts next Saturday, and everyone else. So good, and it's good night from me. Night Peanuts.
Night peanuts.
Night peanuts.
Night peanuts.
Night pine nuts.
Peanuts.
Oh, Peter, you talked
You
over.
ruined it.
Sorry.
That's fine.
You can repeat it.
Pine nuts. Pine nuts.
Pine nuts.
Night pine nuts.
Okay.